TV. It is going to be Newcastle versus Liverpool. It is the Fanzone commentary watch-along of this game. Yes, once more unto the breach, my friends, the champions of England, the reigning champions of Europe, and the champions of the world for one final time, after a fashion, of course, because it isn't the most full strength of Liverpool teams. We'll discuss that in a moment. We will be speaking to Newcastle Fan TV as well ahead of kickoff. So yeah, you can interact with the show. First and foremost, drop a big like on it. Do that if you're watching on YouTube right now. Do that right now. It all helps. I don't know how, but it does. Comment alongside, and you can leave requests for songs and topic suggestions as well. Let us know your thoughts on the starting 11. Chris, however, is over on the starting 11 board. He's got the team, and what a team it is.
Hello everybody. Yes, I have got the team behind me. So we've got Alisson in goal, quite surprisingly. In fact, I'm shocked because I didn't get me starting 11 right, and I thought I'd nailed it. I really did think I'd nailed it because I had Shaqiri at left back, but Andy Robertson's playing left back, so there was a shock. I had Van Dijk and Milner as my centre-halves, but apparently it's Van Dijk and Joe Gomez. I did get one position right. It might be the only position. Oh no, I got Minamino in the 9 as well. Nico Williams comes in at right back, which is great. Gini Wijnaldum or James Milner probably start in the 6. By the way, the team was put out, I suppose it was James Milner. But I've gone with Gini Wijnaldum because Sai put it on the board. Keita is there, Milner is there as well. Origi, we've gone left-hand side of the front 3, with Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right-hand side, where he came on in the last game and obviously scored, and Minamino in the 9. Substitutes, as simple as Adrian, Fabinho, Trent, Jones, Shaqiri, who I'm quite surprised hasn't started in this game, to be honest, Elliott, Mane, Salah and Bobby Firmino. So that is it. So the question marks really, is James Milner going to start here? And maybe Gini Wijnaldum over here, or maybe Keita over here, with Wijnaldum there, and then Origi, is he going to play the 9? Is Minamino going to play there? So I'm going to put it back there like that for now. Minamino could play on that left-hand side, I suppose, or Ox could play on that left-hand side, but I'd hazard the guess that Minamino's being sort of trained as the false 9. And what better way to train and with better partners than Divock Origi and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because I'm sure we'll learn loads about how Minamino plays in the 9 with the natural right winger Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and the natural left winger Divock Origi. You can probably sense a bit of sarcasm there, but like when we all throw our dummies out because Minamino hasn't scored again, we can probably maybe look at the lads on the other side and wonder, was he really given the best opportunity to showcase his particular skill set on this particular day, the day that ends the season that Liverpool did end the wait. My word, what a glorious time to be a Red. So yeah, I'll take you back over to Paul, and we're going to go and have a little chat with Sam from Newcastle Fans TV.
Amazing. Yes. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, keep your comments coming in alongside on the live. Yeah, really interesting team from Liverpool. I think, you know, we've been joking, Chris, all week about how Jurgen would go about with this team selection, and a lot of it centred around who was likely to pass a breathalyser, which is why I think what you're referring to there, I am staggered that Alisson Becker is available for selection in this game.
He's pouring champagne on his head.
He was absolutely and utterly battered in the week, beyond belief. So it's an absolutely heroic shift that sees him come into the team today, which I think is good to see. Obviously shows his dedication to the cause.
Still
and maybe
better than Adrian.
Does he?
Hungover. It might tell us a little bit about our backup goalkeeper.
We also don't know how pissed Adrian was. I imagine.
It looks like he gets on it.
Pretty pissed himself. Like, so yeah, we'll come to some of your comments in a moment, but yeah, before we dive into the Liverpool team, let's find out a little bit more about our opponents, because we've done zero research on this, because let's be honest, after the Lord Mayor's show, to say the very, very least, we've won the league, we've seen them win it now. It'd be nice for us to just be summer holidays, but it's not. One more game, let's find out about Newcastle from Newcastle Fans.
Okay, Sam, can you hear me?
Certainly can. How are we doing?
Excellent. I'm very well, thank you. Right, heady fight for 13th and 14th between Newcastle United and Crystal Palace. Are you surprised that you're in this fight, though, genuinely?
At the start of the season, would have bit your hand off for the battle of 13th. Really would have done. We were one of the favourites to go down. Steve Bruce came in late, wasn't a popular choice, but, you know, credit where credit's due. He's done a solid, decent job under the circumstances. So, yeah, we'd have taken it at the start of the season. Since lockdown, though, it's a bit disappointed we couldn't quite push for top 10, but I'm not going to complain too much.
So, I mean, you know, we were talking just briefly before the show, Sam, and, you know, I think Newcastle's, it's such a it must be such a strange team to support over the last sort of 10 years because, well, yeah, there you go. Your reaction says it all. I mean,
yeah, you can say that again.
What's going on with them at the moment? Like, why have you not been taken over?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, like I said to you before, I mean, we were told these owners and directors tests take 3 weeks. It's now been 4 months. I mean, this all broke at the start of lockdown. We're now sat here at the end of the season and we're still none the wiser. It's the not knowing that we just want to find out one way or another. We're just stagnating under Mike Ashley, and it's been going on for 13 years. We're just desperate to get our kind of identity back in the way. This whole takeover thing, it's not about, Saudi riches and becoming, allegedly the richest club in the world. It's not about that. Don't get me wrong. It'll be lovely if it were to happen, but it's just about getting rid of Mike Ashley, and because the guy doesn't get it. He shouldn't be involved in a football club. We're going nowhere. This, for him now, is one hell of a season. The battle for 13th is the stuff of dreams for that guy. Keep the TV money rolling in and a bit of prize money, but, it's not... It's just not quite good enough for us, really. We want to... we don't expect the world, but we expect just a tiny bit of ambition.
And then I suppose the other thing I wanted to talk briefly with you about is obviously, how Bruce has done, but more like I think when Rafa managed to keep you up the last couple of years, you're thinking what a great job he's done. Well, Steve Bruce has done better than Rafa, and yet has he got that credit that Benitez were getting in the 2 years prior?
Steve Bruce has to win today to beat Rafa's points total. So don't get ahead of yourself. It'll be lovely if we do win today, but just to secure that 13th. Rafa, you guys know as well as I do, Rafa's a genius. I mean, he came in at the worst possible time because his best quality with Rafa at Newcastle was also his worst in the fact that he represented hope. And it's the hope that kills you. So he wasn't given any funds to work with, despite selling best players when we had that relegation season, which is best forgotten. You did all right out of it because you got Gini Wijnaldum. But, Rafa just wasn't given the tools. He was forced to shop in the bargain basement and buy the likes of Hosselu, who was Stoke City's third choice striker at the time. So it was terrible. But to be fair to Bruce, he's picked up some fantastic victories this season. Man United at home, Chelsea at home, Spurs away. So credit for that. It's not been pretty, but like I said at the start of the season, I'd have bit your hand off for 13th because it wasn't looking good at the start of the season.
And then final thing, then obviously he's not playing today, but Bentaleb's playing in centre midfield, and we've not got, was it Matty Longstaff who scored against Manchester United?
Correct.
And his contract's running down, he's going for free, even though he's a boyhood Newcastle United fan, and what looked like a top prospect. What's going on there?
This is one of the kind of things that are bubbling under the surface. Matty Longstaff should have signed a 5-6 year deal earlier in the season, got the debut goal, the winner at the Gallagher end against Manchester United. Absolutely superb. A fantastic post-match interview playing alongside his brother Sean. It's just been left to drag on and drag on. He's even changed agents since this whole saga with his contract started, and nothing's been done. Since the restart, he hasn't had a look in, and Steve Bruce is playing Nabil Bentaleb, so Bruce is kind of a bit to blame as well. He's not given Longstaff a chance, and Bentaleb's been woeful, absolutely woeful. I mean, his performance against Manchester City is one of the worst I've ever seen. And I know it's Man City, and but his performance that night was one of the worst I've seen in my 25 years of supporting Newcastle United. And the guy's on 80 grand a week on loan from Schalke. And it'd just be typical Newcastle United to not give Matty Longstaff 20 grand a week, a boiled Newcastle fan, and to make this deal for Bentaleb permanent. It will probably make me look stupid and score a 35-yard screamer now. But he's still been terrible. But it'd just be typical Newcastle to make that deal permanent, because I believe that the clause in his loan deal is about 7 or 8 million. So in modern day football, that's a bit of a bargain, but he's not worth it.
And what do you think of Liverpool's side today then? Can you get something out of the game?
They've made it competitive. you've got to have an off day, and we've got to be at our very best to nick a point. As pessimistic as that sounds, our only outlet is Alan St. Maximin. You stop him, you stop Newcastle. We're very over-reliant on him since the lockdown. He's absolutely superb. The secret's out with him now. He was a secret weapon. It's not a secret anymore. He's absolutely amazing to watch. If he just adds a little bit more end product to his game, then you've got one serious player on your hands in the future. And with no takeover, he won't be in a Newcastle shirt for very long. Such is life. But yeah, it should be interesting. As John Joe Shelby said in his pre-match interview the other day, hopefully you've all been on the piss for the past 3 or 4 days. So that's what we're hoping for, because that's the only chance we've got.
Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate, speaking to you. Obviously, go and check out Newcastle Fans TV. We'll put a link in the description and we'll put one in the comments as well. You'll be doing post-match content, I'm sure, Sam.
Absolutely. I'm hosting the live fan reaction show as soon as the final whistle goes, which every time I've hosted, we've never won. So that'll please you.
God, very much so, mate. Very much so. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you get settled in, get your beer ready and whatnot. You through your little pre-match, and we're going to continue with the talk over here. But thanks again, mate, and do go and check out Newcastle Fans TV, please. So, Paul, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about John Joe Shelby being Newcastle United's captain. Yeah. Which, when you talk about, especially the last couple of days we've had as well, I think it's mad, because you're talking about your alternate universes. There was a time when John Joe Shelby and Jordan Henderson were in Liverpool's midfield, and we were talking about Shelby probably being the better of the two, being more technically gifted, a bit more dangerous, having some more Gerrard-like qualities driving through the midfield. And I remember saying at the time, if you could take all the best qualities of both, you'd have an absolutely supreme midfielder. And you look at the careers. Well, yeah, exactly. And you look at where we've got now, where Jordan Henderson's now the captain of the English, European, World Champions Player of the Year, all those kind of things. And John Joe Shelby, he's absolutely going to score today, because he always scores against us. But I just think there's a nice little bit of symbolism again. Shelby's toiling away at Newcastle and what have you, and Henderson doesn't even need to be involved, and yet he's already won all those accolades for the season.
Yeah, it is great, isn't it? And Shelby's a lad I still kind of have a bit of a soft spot for,
Because he gave it the bifters to Alex Ferguson.
Absolutely, that's part of it. And he scored belters as well, and his long range passing was good, and it was the other part of his game, as you mentioned, the track and back and stuff like that. But he's grown up as well. I think Newcastle fans have said that to me over the last couple of years whenever we've done a collab with them, is that he has grown up. He is actually a captain and a bit of a leader and stuff now, and fair play to him. We've got a new club captain, Danny Dewald. Thank you very much for joining as a club captain. You will get the final word tomorrow for this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or maybe tonight, if we can be asked.
Yeah, that's a very good point indeed. Yeah, depending very much on how the result goes, as we see the Liverpool team come out to one more guard of honour. I wonder if feels deserved this time, because they have, they've gone through it, they've lifted the trophy. They will feel like champions now. There might be a bit more of a swagger to it, far less embarrassment. John Joe Shelby's just watching his career flash before his eyes as he does that, as he claps out all these other players in the shirt that he could have been wearing if he was a bit less of a tit at times. But yeah, we got a super chat in, and I don't understand the context behind this one, to be honest. It's Stephen Murphy with a €5 super chat saying, will Chris smile when anyone criticises Salah? Now, I don't know whether that means he thinks you don't like Salah, or whether it's like you really like Salah and won't listen to criticism. Have you got a deep-rooted opinion, one way or the other, on Mohamed Salah that would cause someone to spend money to highlight this?
No. I don't know. I think he's really good. Yeah. I think, whenever we've done shows, certainly in the last week, I've always kind of said, he's still up there for our player of the year, you know what I mean? And people have been talking about Mane, and I'm still saying Salah. I was still saying Van Dijk, because for player of the year, just as much as Jordan Henderson. Yeah. I don't know. Fair enough. But yeah, I might smile if they criticise him. I might smile if they don't criticise him.
You might just smile because you're Liverpool champions.
Well, there you go. It might be just that, but it might be a rueful smile or a happy smile. Who knows?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Let's see.
We will be keeping you up to date, because obviously, look, let's be perfectly honest. We're Liverpool fans. The vast majority of you will be here. Will be Liverpool fans and will care predominantly about the Liverpool result. But I think we can all agree that there's a degree to which it doesn't have a dramatic impact on Liverpool's season, this result. So we will have one eye on Manchester United, Leicester as well. Slightly a backseat to things going on, but if this game ends up being a dead rubber one way or the other, we will be able to shift focus a little bit more. Not because we were having this conversation on the build-up where Chris, I I do care. I do care, actually, between the Leicester and Man United thing, because I really, really, really dislike Manchester United. I've just had to live in that world where they've been amazing for most of my childhood and, you know, all of my adult life up to this point. Well, not quite, but you get my point. I'm willing and ready and waiting to be here to laugh my cock off should the worst for them happen and them not beat Leicester, because if Man United don't get into the top 4, that would be just dead funny.
Am I right in saying that Chelsea have to win as well?
I think a point does Chelsea.
A point does Chelsea. Sounds okay. I really, 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 really want Brendan Rodgers and Leicester to get into the Champions League. I think it's actually been terrible management after the game week probably 25 or something. I don't know whether that was pre-lockdown. I think it probably was. I mean, there was a huge gap at one point. I think it was about 15 points to Manchester United or something like that, or a 15-point swing, I think. Like, they should have already made sure the Champions League was sorted. The fact that they're embroiled in this battle for third and fourth now with Chelsea and Manchester United is really poor. But they just stopped finding a way to win games, and I don't know whether the team sort of kind of worked Brendan's side out again. Obviously, he comes back from Celtic, not been in the league a while, and gets a real strong sort of end of season last year, and then really great start to this season. I think we're second for quite a large portion of the season, and that
they
game
were challenging
with
us for the title.
That game with us on Boxing Day was huge and pivotal and everything. But
that was the game when they were the nearest contenders. If they'd beaten us on Boxing Day, they would have been the team closest to having a chance to run us down. Obviously, we dicked them everywhere, which was great.
But I remember there was always that point, wasn't it, where you're thinking, well, they'll just tail off. But then you think, well, they didn't a few years ago where they won the league, so I can't guarantee that they're going to tail off at this point.
Oh, we missed it. We all meant to do the knee. We were too busy, Gavin.
Well,
anyway, the game is underway. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Newcastle versus Liverpool. It's at James's Park.
Glad Si was on it because he got the clock sorted while we were fanning around.
Virgil van Dijk's just giving away a free kick. He's still pissed, clearly. Let's play the Who's Pissed bingo game. If we can see one pissed moment from every player on the pitch, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Any chance of HD on this?
Not on BT.
What?
Well, BT have... Oh my God, it's him. It's Dwight Gale. Fucking hell. I forgot even to mention it. Of course, if there was one player guaranteed to score against Liverpool, it was going to be that tit. So, what a BT done here.
On the Who's Pissed bingo, we don't know exactly yet. But probably all the back four at this point.
So Gini sets it to John Joe. John Joe takes the quick free kick.
Oh my God, that's
They're completely in behind. And they've slotted, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle inside a minute at St James's Park. I mean, John Joe hasn't scored yet, but he has had a telling impact. Them two tits were always gonna have a good game today.
Right. I didn't. The money wasn't going to be on Nico falling asleep.
Oh my days.
And Josh fucking loves scoring against us. Right, what time are we putting
so the game's kicking off?
Because they've just kicked off, so we just put that game on now. And there's a lot to go on Survival Sunday as well, Paul. You forgot all about that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
My word.
Yeah. Oh, VAR's checked it for possible offside. It doesn't. Oh, hang on.
He's not in shot, is he?
Yeah, it's in between the right back and the...
Right,
well, that's the guy kicking the ball.
Frame now.
They're looking at the man who's kicking it, and they're not looking. Have they not got a camera in line?
They've got less cameras now, haven't they, because of all this?
More. How are they meant to check? I mean, he looks offside there, if I'm honest. I mean, because it's Nico's going to the right.
Stuff, isn't it? It's difficult to
very difficult to check that,
especially from an angle.
I mean, he's got no idea, has he? How can you... Is that it? Is that literally all the angles that they're going to show? They've got two cameras. They've got one that's looking at the man kicking the ball, and they've got one on the roof of the ground. Actually, it might even be on
I think it was the same camera, mate. I think they're using a move.
It might be on the Tyne Bridge. To be honest, it's actually a road traffic camera from the Tyne Bridge, overlooking. I mean, one overlooking the Metro Centre, and they've got no... How can they can't possibly have a clue here. Surely you can't give a goal when you've got no idea.
Then, but I think he was offside. He's gone down.
You've got to refer to what you're talking about.
Manchester United
there we
game.
go.
He was offside, I think.
Because no one can see what you're pointing at. That over there is a penalty over there.
Dickheads. Right. What did he decide?
Is he? Oh, he's given it. Yeah. He's given it. Fair enough.
Didn't draw any lines.
They have got no fucking clue. I mean, I genuinely, whatever, but I can't see how they've got a fucking clue how that's offside or not. Anyway, Okay, so there we go. There's now 3 minutes of the game played. Liverpool conceded a goal inside the first, 40 seconds of this match?
Yeah, it was inside that, yeah. I think the free kick was taken on about 29.
Yeah. Joe Gomez out to Nico Williams on that right-hand side. Goes up and high and long, looking for Divock Origi. It'd be interesting to see where these line up, actually. We've not really... It's 3 minutes in. The game actually hasn't really been played yet, so I can't really get a sense of where everyone is on the pitch, apart from, obviously, the back four.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I've got a feeling that Minamino's either playing a 10 or on the left.
What's Ross laughing at?
I have no idea what Ross is laughing at. Ouch!
Oh, James Milner goes down under the challenge from John Joe, and it's probably not too bad a tackle, I think. But I mean,
think
it's a bit.
Might have been looking at a chat that came in.
Oh, sad. Yeah, they're not too bad, so thank you. Anyway, Dwight Gale has the ball. Newcastle knocking it round on the left-hand side. Is that Saint Maximin, the guy with the Karate Kid bandana?
KSI.
He
wears those type of hair things, doesn't he?
I have no idea. Anyway, Naby Keita looking to drive things forward, takes the ball into the middle of the park, into Newcastle territory.
On the left. Good, Megs.
Takumi Minamino. James Milner spreading the play. Is it 4-2-3-1, do you think, Chris?
No, I think Minamino's on the left. I did say originally I thought Minamino could either be playing the 10 or the left, but I do think he's playing that left-hand side.
Okay. James Milner again on this left-hand side. So we're saying Genie's in the 6.
Yeah.
James Milner left of the midfield.
Actually,
right.
Milner might be in the left.
That's what I'm...
there. Yeah, Milner's sort of in the left-back position at the moment, so...
We'll see a little bit more. I mean, literally, Liverpool have had 10 seconds of football time
Milner,
in here.
Isn't it there?
Robbo's well up high and wide. I mean, Genie looks pretty central, but then Keita looks pretty central as well. So it could be Genie and Milner in midfield.
Nice for you, mate. We're just going to make ourselves look stupid.
We've done that already. We're sat here watching Liverpool with one of the most ridiculous. What is honestly like fucking VAR? I mean, I get it. I don't mind VAR as much as some. But like, if you've not got the camera, this is Shrewsbury. If you've not got the cameras, why even fucking what? Yeah, whatever. We'll talk about it at half time. Anyway, Joe Gomez receives the ball back, and Gini Wijnaldum just drops to the edge of the centre circle to pick it up and look for James Milner wide on that left-hand side. Andy Robertson. And inside out to Joe Gomez, and goes across to the right wing, looks for the feet of Oxlade-Chamberlain, couldn't get it under control, and it's going to be a goal kick for Newcastle. We are 5 minutes and 48 seconds into this game. It's not quite gone how we expected, and all I'm hoping is that the last time we did a live show on the final day of the season was when we got cunted everywhere by Stoke.
I missed that one. I was made up.
Yeah, you did. That was. I've had better days.
1-0 to Arsenal over Watford as well. Yeah, Paul. I've got it on the screen if you want to go to the iPad. So as you can see, Si, is that okay with you? Cool. Let's find out who scored. Obviously, they're playing Watford. Watford need... Watford go down if they don't get a better result than Aston Villa. So there you go. It looks like Aubameyang penalty, 5th minute. Yep. One shot, one on target, one big chance. They've only had 5 passes, apparently, but they've scored a goal. Newcastle might have had less passes before they scored their goal.
Yeah, absolutely, certainly. Minamino just fighting things out actually on the left-hand side. Good to see him coming and getting more involved and see him dropping deep into the midfield. I think this is an interesting challenge for Minamino, Chris, because there's not loads to be learned. I'd still rather see him play in a team with Mane and Salah, get a clearer idea of how it could work for us. But there's actually a challenge on him now to go and to try and get on the ball as much as possible, get as many touches, see if he can impact the game, because he's now in a front three with a bunch of lads who will all be looking to be that first substitute, I guess, coming into next season.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, but it's interesting for me because I always kind of thought he's the number 9. You can see him racing into the box there. But it's like he's probably going to fill in across all 3 slots.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to get that opportunity over and over and over again to sort of showcase what he's got in that number 9 role, because he'll be used left and he might be used right as well. And I wonder whether Ox will be used right and left next season as well.
No, absolutely. And it's funny, again, we're going to be doing a lot of post-season wrap-up content over on the website in the coming weeks and through summer. Why, that's a bad ball by Naby Keita. until we know more about Liverpool's transfer position, we're going to have to work on the assumption that all of these lads, or as most of these lads as possible, are going to figure again next season. Anyway, Nico Williams, deep ball to the back stick, looking for the run of Takumi Minamino. He doesn't make it. That's actually good skill. Couple of decent moments here. I thought there was a little battling performance from Robertson over on the left-hand side. He managed to link up with James Milner. Did okay. Minamino high up in the press there. And Newcastle have gone long down the pitch, and it looked like it was handballed, if I'm being honest. And yeah, the referee says it is a free kick to Liverpool.
Okay, if we go over to the iPad again, Si, we've got a goal update from the Etihad, no less. And Hernandez has scored for Norwich City in the 8th minute. And Norwich City 1, Manchester City 0. So there you go.
Holy hell, let's have a little, I mean, it's not relevant to them, but let's have a song. Because Man City, I mean, the second place in the league, them dropping points should be important to us, shouldn't it? It's not though, because we pissed the league. Hey! Do we actually, I mean, the one thing that's remaining, and obviously both us and Man City are losing at the moment, so I shouldn't be laughing too heartily about this. But
what's the record points?
To have the biggest points gap, I believe, biggest points victory of a league season, we need to win and we need City to lose. I think that's right. If anyone wants to correct me in the comments, please do on that, because I'm always happy to be corrected when it's a useful fact. Yes, don't forget you can interact with the show via YouTube memberships. You get access to custom emotes, which Ross, the wonderful Ross Chandley, will happily spam into the comments. So you can have a little peruse of there. And of course, as Chris mentioned, you get, if you're a tier 2, which is club captain, tier 3, which is club legend, you get access to one additional bumper show every single week, which during the season is the final word. It will be the Reds transfer roundup come the summer as well. So yeah, additional content, discounts off Redmen merch, which is all absolutely astounding at the moment. In fact, I'm wearing some of it right now.
We've got a new one as well here, Paul. Look at this one. If you can go on a one on me. Actually, it's our sponsors, Threads for Reds, have done something with moving units, and then Threads for Reds have done this one as well with the little liver bird with the crown. But this one on threadsforreds.com is absolutely amazing. It's like tape decks. So it's like, Manny, don't worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right. You never walk alone.
Anyway, football, Chris.
Amazing, mate. Yeah. Amazing.
But yeah, you do get a discount off Redmen merch, which is for your memberships. If you want to do, so sign up, and of course you can have a little bit of a laugh with us throughout the rest of this game. Divock Origi has got the ball on the right hand side edge of the penalty area, looks for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's very well marshalled. He's closed down by 2. He goes back to Nico Williams, tries to drop the shoulder, loses out, and he's got a throw at that. I'm pretty sure that came off Nico Williams last.
It looks like Norwich is 0-0 with City maybe now for some reason. VAR probably. It's 0-0. Take that song back, please.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. There we go. It's undone. Let's have another song anyway.
I'd love to tell you what happened, but I
don't know. Joe Gomez has got it just inside Liverpool territory, throwing.
Is that Captain Morgan?
Single, yeah, where's Morgan there? Harry Maguire been booked for Man United already, which is interesting to see as well. Yeah, he's fine, isn't he, Harry Maguire? Like he's an absolutely fine centre half. But I love this notion, and I think this is where Man United are. I think Man United have got some fantastic players, but he's a great example of a player where you convince yourself that they're better than they are, because when your overall standard's a bit crap, you can think that players who aren't world class are world class. God knows we've been in that situation plenty of times before.
Yeah, I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion with a lot of Liverpool fans, but Danny Agger was never amazing, you know what I mean, as a defender, as a ball playing centre half. He was all right moving forwards and stuff, but as an actual defender, he wasn't great. Not in the league of Virgil van Dijk, but at the time, I think a lot of fans thought that he was that. Well, it's because you haven't got it. You don't know. You don't know what it looks like until you've got it.
Yeah.
Now, Man United fans should remember what Rio Ferdinand...
Naby Keita, dribbling into the box. He's trying to take on everyone, and the ball goes through to the Bravket. Nice little moment there. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so Man United fans should remember what Rio Ferdinand and Vidic looked like, and Jaap Stam, but it's been so long that they've forgotten, and they think Harry Maguire is it, and he's all right. He's a good centre half. I wouldn't actually have him over Joe Gomez personally.
Oh God, no.
So that's great play from Naby there, isn't it? He's just so direct.
He's going to score one of them at some point. He's been threatening since he joined us, but it's never quite worked out. Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought Danny Agger was class. So I think for me, the more pertinent example is it's like it's Lovren to Skrtel. Lovren looked like the answer to all of our centre-back problems compared to what we'd had previously, because he was, and Matip looked like a step up from Sakho. We thought both of them were absolutely outstanding compared to what had gone before, and then Virgil comes in and you go, right, okay, I get it now. I understand what they look like. Yes, we had a super chat come in from Chinmay Joshi. Just says, just hope that Man United lose against Leicester. Yeah, absolutely, we're here for that. I mean,
go on, Milner, rolling back the years.
People might call us a bit odd or bitter, but like Man United are the team I detest most in all of football. So yeah, if the ideal scenario for today is Liverpool get a win, any kind of win, and Manchester United lose, and that is a perfect day to end the perfect season.
Go on, Taki.
Takumi Minamino, he's still going. He's got a man free on the right hand side. Oh, he just got the ball stuck under his feet.
But good
run.
Yeah, I think there was a little push on his back maybe there, and that sort of made it more difficult for him to play the pass and get the ball out from under his feet. But strong, bright little start there from Taki.
Yeah, and again, this is a big opportunity for him in this game. You know, Naby Keita, I think, has established himself. I expect Keita to have a good game here. I know Origi could have a really good game, or he could just have a very difficult Origi game here, and I'm kind of come to accept him. But Minamino's a real unknown quantity. We've only really seen what he can do in little flashes like that. So the more of those he has, the more of a picture I think we get to build up in our heads of what we've got, really.
Absolutely. Let's go while the goalkeeper's got the ball. Let's go back to the iPad, please, Simon. Look at all the scores. So Arsenal are still winning 1-0 against Watford. The only other goal update at the moment is Bournemouth apparently have just scored against Everton in the 13th minute. So they've given a penalty away, and Kings slotted against Everton. So Everton are losing 1-0. Man City are now winning 1-0 against Norwich. Okay, this is all happening pretty quickly. Gabriel Jesus in the 11th minute there. And also Tottenham Hotspur, I believe, had just scored, but that looks like it's changed. No, Kane has scored for Tottenham against Crystal Palace. So if the results stay like this between Palace and Newcastle, then Newcastle will finish 13th. In fact, they'll finish 13th if Crystal Palace just lose, because they are actually ahead of Crystal Palace.
Very interesting indeed. Now, is this true? Because I thought someone was making a joke when I saw this, but we had a comment come in. Oh yeah, here we go, from Callum saying the Ever on Sky Golf. Fuck's sake. Is that true? Or Everton actually on Sky Golf?
And this is what I was saying to you. In fact, they've just shown the goal there. The penalty, I missed it on the other game because, you know, BT haven't got the rights to all the Sky games. Great, nice one, lads. Wouldn't it have been just so much easier if we just had the update on the telly we were watching?
I wonder if Sky have got like a multi-screen on, because I would happily have our game in like an eighth of a screen or whatever if I thought we could get, or a tenth it would be, wouldn't it? But whatever, just to see what's going on. But no, as it is, we'll keep you up to date as best as we can, because of course, you know, Liverpool matters until the point where we definitively know it doesn't. Newcastle, but Liverpool just actually, to be fair, Chris, are just starting to find the feet in this game a little bit. We're not threatened the goalkeeper yet, but it was another one where if it was like just kind of in shades, I think we're starting to warm into this game a little bit to mix.
Yeah, we are. And look, you've got to give Shelvey credit there. He's taken the free kick quickly. It's a great ball. He's done it from a standing position. He's not taking a run up. It's a skillful, you know, pass, and then Gale does what he always does against us. The sooner he ends up in the Championship, the better, or back in the Championship, I should say, because he's just been a constant thorn in our side, hasn't he, for years. Like, surely he must be like 35 by now. Like,
he's looked it since he was 18. I think he's
but no, you're right. Liverpool are getting back into it. And
Joe Gomez, good ball into the box, headed away to Takumi Minamino, hovering with intent on the edge of the 18, makes that run down the left-hand side. Robertson goes back to Milner into Gini Wijnaldum, and Liverpool look to build again. Gomez striding forward from defence, picks out that ball to Nico Williams. He's all alone on the right hand side. He's going to be asked to do something. He's going to, well, yeah. It wasn't great what he did there. He tried. What was interesting though, you know, he didn't get it right, Chris, but I think that's a Nico Williams trait, is that he doesn't mind being one-on-one. In fact, we'll pick that up in a moment. James Milner fighting for the ball in the middle of the pitch. Naby Keita, Divock Origi, he spread it this time wide to Nico Williams, and he's oversold it. Yeah, Nico actually quite enjoys being left on his own, because I think he backs himself to take players on.
He does, yeah. Sorry, I was just seeing Leicester just had a little shot. I think it was all. Actually, I'm not sure who that was there. But yeah, no.
Did he have a nose like a cartoon witch?
Maybe
it was Mark Albright. Yeah.
He does. He likes to be in those one-on-one situations, and he tries to get to the byline, which is obviously different to Trent, isn't it? Trent's happy to just cross it from wherever he happens to be, because he's got such a big bag of tricks that he can dip into, whether it's the outside of the boot, the lofted wedge, as it were, or driving it in. But Nico likes to be on the move when he's playing across and you know, going full pelt, I think, a lot of the time, and it's bravery down that right-hand side. I like to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, and he's a bit different to both Robertson and Trent in that regard. I think Robertson thrives on being like a steam train, getting momentum behind him. As we've seen, Nico just unlucky getting stuck in again. Trent, yeah, you're right, is a bit more Beckham-esque, whereas he's happy to not go beyond. He's happy to pick the ball up, get his moments, get half a yard, and get his cross in. Whereas I like Nico. He's a very confident young man, and we've seen a couple of times it's actually not worked out for him. In fairness, the 2 times that he's tried it recently, but. Yeah, I like that. I like young lads who've got that confidence, and that's fine. John Joe Shelby trying to get in behind. That's another feature of John Joe Shelby's game. Again, it's one of those things. If he had Jordan Henderson's physicality, his engine, his pace, John Joe Shelby would be, and his temperament, to be fair, would probably be a world beater.
If John Joe Shelby wasn't John Joe Shelby.
Well, no, but we talked about it. Well, that was the conversation we always had. Shelby's got a better shot. I think he's a technically better footballer in all the attacking things than Jordan Henderson is. I think he's got a slightly better vision. I think he's a bit more creative, but he was slow. You know, he never had pace. He was never particularly dynamic as a footballer. If Liverpool had had John Joe Shelby in the 90s, I think we'd have all absolutely adored him. He'd have been spot on for us. But some footballers are limited by, you've got to have the physicality. Unless you are a genius with a football, you've got to have more to you all around physicality.
Yeah, I mean, look, he just wouldn't suit this game. He wouldn't suit this Liverpool side. You know, he can be as much like Henderson as he wants, but his brain doesn't suit it because he wants to go and attack from central position. We don't have that real sort of place, do we? So yeah, good talented footballer, but I think, you know, as we go to a drinks break, you know, he was never really going to cut it in this iteration of Liverpool.
It's interesting that they've gone to the drinks break before the 20-minute mark. And I just wonder whether with the injury there to Bentaleb, whether they just thought, oh, go on, we'll call it now because it's only 2 or 3 minutes away anyway.
Well, I tell you what, Manchester United have started this game much the stronger side. But Leicester on the attack now, and yeah, it looks like a breakaway for Manchester United. I think I saw a graphic a minute ago saying 67% possession to United, and they're the ones, whenever I've looked down, who seem to have the ball and look to be on the attack. But hopefully Leicester can dig something out.
I really enjoyed that moment there where Bruno Fernandes absolutely cocked up the counter-attack by miscontrolling the ball and then got a bit annoyed with the referee for getting physical. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, is what happens when teams do stick one on him a bit more, and they will do from next season. Anyway, Leicester got a decent chance on this left-hand side, trying to feed the ball into the box. It's broken. Ooh, little hairy moment for the Manx there.
What do you think they're going to do with the hair? Because he's crap.
Take him out to the back of the...
Is he on 380 grand a week or something?
I hear that number. Like, yeah, he's on more money than any Liverpool player's on, and he's...
Wank.
He's fine, isn't he? He's just fine.
No.
I think him and... Yeah, he's just not a top tier goalkeeper anymore, and it's mad because he's only in. Someone's saying 450k in the comments there. Imagine that. He was the best goalkeeper in the league. He was.
Yeah. He was for 4 or 5 years straight.
Yeah. But it's also worth remembering that he was also that goalkeeper. Man United weren't very good also in that time. They conceded a lot of shots, and he had a lot of opportunities to show what a good goalkeeper is. And when you're you lose shot stopping. It's something that goes with age, for whatever reason. And it's you know, and you can maybe you lose a bit of sharpness, or you lose some reflexes. Whereas goalkeepers who are commanding of their area and have a bit more of a presence and don't have to rely on that. And obviously the team you're in will make a big impact on this. But yeah, he's just. Football just moves on. You know, it happens. You see it happen to all kinds of footballers. You know, I always use Nathaniel Klein as an example of right backs. Nathaniel Klein was an international caliber right back, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. He didn't get worse at football. I mean, he got injured a lot, but we just changed what our expectations of a right back was, and that's where De Gea's fallen down.
Yeah,
and he can't save shots.
Like there's so many rumours, isn't there, about it's Dean Henderson, isn't it? That that they might go after and stuff. But
he's theirs, isn't he?
He'll just sit on 380 grand a week. De Gea won't go anywhere unless Madrid come in, and I don't think Madrid come in for him anymore.
It's not better than Thibaut Courtois.
No, so, and you want more money, so it's just a bit of a mad situation. And isn't Alexis Sanchez going back to United this summer? Isn't he on about the same?
Yeah, you'll be on like 500 grand a week or something.
I would
stupid
love
like that.
it if they went and signed fucking Ozil, you know.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Why not?
Could you imagine?
That's what I really would like. I would like Ed Woodward to just have one more like horror movie villain.
Go on, he's gone on right.
Kind of like moment where he just goes, oh, right, we're all coming together, we've got a nice thing going here, and then he just goes and spunks the cash on some overpriced 30-year-olds because it looks like an amazing deal. I'd be made up with that. Oh, pardon me. I can see them doing something very, very daft like that. Funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be even funnier if they didn't make this top four though.
Yeah, I actually thought it's quite interesting. Anyway, just to keep you updated, Liverpool just knocking it around the back at the moment, not really doing anything. Actually,
Great
decent
ball
ball
by
there from Milner. Left-hand side, Andy Robertson looking to try and feed it through. He's got it on his right foot. This time we've picked out a pass to Nico Williams. He's one-on-one with his man. He's gone past none. Close though again showing his willingness to make that run. And you know, some people might be getting frustrated with that, whatever. But I think in this kind of game, in those kind of situations, I'm not sure the cross is necessarily on. So you've got two choices. You either recycle possession, you go back, you keep it, or you do try and take him on.
When he made the decision, I think the decision was right. Now, unfortunately, by the time he got past his man, almost sort of shaped to shoot, the space had been blocked down by another guy coming back. Yeah. But, you know, he came out of his peripheral, so he couldn't see him. So he's picked something he thought was the right move. It looked like the right move to be at the time as well. Mm-hmm. It's only the fact that Premier League players are lightning fast and they close space so quickly that it was unfortunately halted. Oh, I thought Jack was going to pick the ball up there.
Leicester have scored.
Si, we can't hear you, mate. I think you're not in the Discord anymore.
We're gonna keep going until we see it live in front of us.
Live
in front of us.
We are actually watching a stream of the Leicester game.
Yeah, which is funny because we're bang up to date with Liverpool, but we'll be a minute or two behind on the Man United game. We're saying that apparently Brighton have won up against Burnley as well, according to the comments.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Manchester United on the attack. And then it looks like it's going to be a counter-attack. Is Pogba going to lose the ball?
It's ridiculous. Let's watch him. Here we go. Here's the counter-attack.
Oh, Leicester on the break now.
Leicester striding forward with intent. It's a 3-on-2 situation. What's going to happen here? They're striding into the box. It's deflected. It's not going away to Gea. What's he done?
Is it a pen?
Is it a pen?
It's a pen.
Is it a pen? It's got to be a penalty.
Surely it's a penalty.
Shane, watching, we've got Liverpool live on the telly. Obviously, Liverpool game's not going brilliantly so far, so we've also got Leicester Man United on as well to keep us updated.
What if they were just having us on and it's not really 1-0?
That's a long way behind if it is, isn't it?
Handball?
What are you saying?
Handball?
Can't. So what are you talking about then? Why are you telling us stuff? I don't fucking listen to the comment. Oh, Si, you've set us up now for the rest of the afternoon. Sold us down the river, David De Gea. Oh, he took one for his face for the team there. That's brave goalkeeping for someone who's...
Tom would never.
Yeah, I know. Well, there we go. That's the comments now. AIDS for the rest of the stream. Thanks very much for that, Si. Anyway, Nico Williams is on your screens right now. He's going to take a free kick inside Liverpool's half. Not it
Arsenal
back.
2-0. Look, there's another goal coming in.
It's definitely a goal now.
Tierney scores, I reckon.
Oh, miscontrol at the back stick. Laid down.
Tierney.
I mean, that is a scuffer and a half. Joe Gomez has got it just entering into Newcastle territory. Pings a long ball all the way back to Dubravka. What's that mean in terms of the relegation stuff? Is that's no good for Watford, surely?
No. So I snapped the newspaper this morning so we could actually know what happened. So Bournemouth go down if they don't beat Everton. They are now winning 1-0. Watford go down if they don't get a better result than Aston Villa. So Watford are currently, what was that?
2 down?
2-0 down. And Villa are 0-0 with West Ham United at the moment, so they're failing. So as it stands, Bournemouth and Watford are going down. Aston Villa go down if Watford get a better result or Bournemouth win and Villa lose. But Watford could still stay up if they lose, as long as Villa suffer a heavy defeat by 2 goals at West Ham and Bournemouth don't win. And Bournemouth could stay up if both Watford and Villa lose and the Cherries win at Everton. Or Villa will stay up if Bournemouth win, Watford draw and Villa draw. So well done to you if you managed to stay awake during all of that.
Actually, it's not fun. So what, in a sentence?
I can't.
Is it bad for Watford that they're losing?
Yes, they're going down.
Okay, so. But it's currently Bournemouth in the relegation.
Bournemouth, Watford and Norwich are currently in the relegation zones. Aston Villa are sneaking through 1 point ahead because they're drawing. They have a level goal difference with Bournemouth at the moment. So if we'll wait for Sky to tell us succinctly how this is all going to work
in a nice graphic, because we haven't got the sound on perfect. Okay, sad. Johnny Walker in the comments saying, confirmed breaking news, Thiago Alcantara spotted at Tesco's in Liverpool buying Diet Pepsi and Doritos chili heat wave with Ross Chanley. You heard it here first. I mean, unless it was earlier today, because we've got Ross firmly ensconced in the studio at the moment, being really nice to use in the comments.
I'm fuming that he didn't share his fucking Doritos.
Minamino, little Cruyff turn, goes for the shot! Oh! Bright. I mean, look, he's picked up the Lallana turn there, Chris. Good to see. We're not going to see that unless someone else brings it into the team this year. Look at that great turn.
Jordan's going to do it.
Yeah.
In honour of his mate.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a great save.
Yeah, good save from
Come on.
Dubravka.
Oh, I thought Vardy turned the centre-back.
That's a wonderful save. Just tipping the ball around the post, attacking Minamino.
Hell of a hit. Didn't know he had it in him.
I have no idea what he's got in him, to be perfectly honest. Deep ball now, Virgil van Dijk hovering, it won't reach him. Gini Wijnaldum flicks it back into the danger area, and he's battling again, and Newcastle threatened to break.
There you go, fuck that.
Tidied up again. Gini Wijnaldum drops the shoulder, beats his man Milner in the midfield, and he goes back once again towards the halfway line. 28 minutes and 52 seconds of this game played. And again, I mean, it's telling that we've been spending more time talking about the other games than we have talking about this game. Because sad, yeah, absolutely. Right, so you know what? We haven't had a song in a while. Let's remind ourselves.
Sheffield United beating Southampton 1-0 at the moment as well. Let's have a look at the Premier League table, actually. Si.
Yeah, let me just check something while you do.
Yeah, we're still top. So, okay. So Sheffield United are above Arsenal still because they're both winning at the moment. Wolves are still a point behind Tottenham Hotspur. As it stands, United and Chelsea are top 4 and Leicester is out at the moment, which is quite interesting, isn't it? And as I mentioned before, poor Norwich, Watford and Bournemouth, and I think, Si, you've just gone out of the Discord again as well, mate, just in case you need to know.
Yeah. Liverpool's a couple of little moments there. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain trying to whip a ball and he set himself and then he just smacked it straight at the defender's legs. Little bit of a lack of quality really at the moment, Chris. You know,
it's all on the bench, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Oxlade-Chamberlain's not really doing a great deal.
Nico's been the one over on that right hand side, hasn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely, and the ball ends up back in the arms of Martin Dubravka once again. I wonder whether this might facilitate just a little switching around of things and whether we just go with something where we maybe put Minamino more central for a bit, try Origi out on that left-hand side, or, you know, again, switch Minamino and Ox or whatever, just to, I don't know, just to give us something, a different avenue, a different approach.
I get it, and I would. Yeah. Because I'm a tinker man in you know, football management, computer games, but Klopp spent all week probably, you know, harassing these players that they're going to have to play this way, and maybe not a lot of training, Paul. Yeah. But I can't see that he'd do it 30 minutes into the first half. If he's going to change something, it's going to be half time. If he can even be asked, he might not be watching this game. He might be asleep hungover. We thought about the players. No, exactly.
Anyway, ball into the box, headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Another promising moment for Newcastle United in this game. Dwight Gale. Dwight Gale. Never forget.
Some nice chat going on in the chat. Kieran says SNES rules Mario Kart and F-Zero.
SNES is a fantastic console. I can fully get behind that.
I preferred Mario Kart 64 personally, though.
Yeah. Anyway, ball down the left-hand side, and it's blocked, and it's going to be a corner to Newcastle. Yeah.
Better maps. The colour block one was well better.
It would have been. The problem with Mario 64 is it helps if you know it. when you play it after, because I never played it and played it after the fact, and it's hard to understand what it is because your eyes aren't trained to it anymore. The battle mode in the SNES one, obviously you can only play 2-player, but yeah, that one was always my favourite. Deep ball to the back stick.
He's on.
Brought down. Newcastle got a chance. Fired across the box. Alisson Becker trying to swish away the champagne currently addling his brain and body from the week's exertions, tipping the ball away at the near post. Nearly caught.
He's gone for that,
flat-footed there, yeah.
Well done. Did well to get himself in front of the post, really, didn't he, Alisson?
Definitely.
Lesser keepers would have knocked themselves out there.
Anyway, another corner ball to Newcastle. 32.5 minutes played in this first half. Newcastle 1 goal to the good after a quick bit of thinking from John Joe Shelby in the first minute. It's headed clear by Joe Gomez. Taki Minamino
Brilliant after
gets
that.
it after the fact.
I mean,
surely
all
everyone
of them.
offside there.
Put your fucking flag up. Your job's worth.
Yep. There we go. It's going to be a throw-in, and it's taken quickly. The referee going to pull it back. What?
The fellow was fouling him as he ran off, I think, or he was walking off with the ball or something.
All right, sounds okay. Prick.
Oh, United just had a goal offside. It looked like it to me, you know. I'm sure something went in there. It definitely went in the back of the net. It must have been offside.
Okay.
Obviously wasn't close.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe Gomez just coasting forward the ball. He's going to go back to Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool just bringing the team up the pitch, all getting to that high line on the halfway line now. Andy Robertson looking for Takumi Minamino, gets it, receives it back from him, back to Virgil van Dijk. And it's all a bit ponderous at the moment. Liverpool just not finding that clinical edge.
It's just flat, isn't it? I mean, and that's what happens when you change the team so much, isn't it? We were talking about it just briefly before, but Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's not been in this game. No. Not at all. Keita's had a little bit, Taki's had a little bit, Robbo, Williams, even Genie I've seen, but what's Ox done?
Yeah, what's Origi done? As he tries to get in behind, but yeah, you can see Origi, I don't know, I wonder if they'll switch back now, they probably might do, but Origi just getting over onto that left-hand side, just trying to be involved. Minamino turns into the box, headed clear. Naby Keita with the shot. Ooh.
I mean, listen, I'm not having a go at Ox here at the moment. We're 34 minutes into a game of football, and we've not been brilliant, have we? But you know, and we're going up against what is essentially probably a five at the back now. So it's going to be difficult for those wingers to find space. There's always going to be 2-3 over there, which is why Divock is moving left and right. He's got to go over and support there because they're just massively outnumbered at the moment. Yeah. They're not going to throw bodies forward at this point. Newcastle are they? They've got the goal. They're going to be balanced, as it were, aren't they? They're not going to be throwing bodies forward. So it's going to be difficult. As Arsenal look like they've gone 3-0 up against Watford in 34 minutes. Watford just
done.
Aubameyang again. So he's now got 2 goals. Tierney with 1. Brighton and Hove Albion are beating Burnley as well. Basuma scored. Someone was asking in the chat a minute ago, what app do we use? We use StatZone at the moment.
Just as a side note on this, Chris, that takes Aubameyang to 22 goals for the season.
3 behind before today.
Yeah, so 1 behind Jamie Vardy in the race for the Golden Boot so far. Very interesting.
Made me want to help him get that. So yeah, Leicester Man United and West Ham Villa, Chelsea Wolves all 0-0 at the moment.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, keep your comments coming in. We'll have another little song. Let's have a Bobby song. As we saw the front three all warming up, it will all be desperate to come into this game. I wonder whether we've got like, do you remember that Stoke away game a few seasons ago where all the good lads started on the bench and Trent and Woodburn started, and then we went, oh God, forget it. Just bring on like Coutinho and Firmino, come on at half time, and we battered them. Just wonder whether they've just thought, oh, go on, we'll do that because they're there.
Yeah, they are. I think he's giving them the day off for the most part. I think it's Harvey Elliott. I think it's Curtis Jones. We'll see how much he cares about this 3 points. As Bruno Fernandes is getting a kick in the Leicester game. Good. He's down injured at the moment.
That's the thing about Bruno Fernandes, without getting too lost into to Man United chat and what have you, but when you have a player who becomes so pivotal like that, I play in those kind of positions, you make it your job to go and kick him off the park, see what he's made of. And Leicester particularly, you know, they still got some you know, experienced title winners in there as well. Obviously the likes of Vardy and Albrighton, they're being the standouts in there. Be interesting anyway. Nico Williams got it, looks for the overlapping run of James Milner, who's bundled to the floor. He's probably going to get a free kick there. He certainly look that way. Danny Rose remonstrates, and he would do. He's a bad tit, isn't he? He'd let anything to fucking moan about the idiot. We're definitely going to end up signing him on a free transfer now that I've said that. Oh, what a terrible track record of slagging players off and then signing them.
You know, with Watford going down, Paul, do you think we will put a little bid in for Sarr?
Someone will.
We should wait for the free kick.
Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, so James Milner is over it. Andy Robertson is over it as well. James Milner's got his hand up. Whether that's telling we didn't see who spotted the ball. So we're going to see who's going to take this. Let's see. James Milner. Andy Robertson whips it in. The cameraman is, for the director, I should say, fucking atrocious once again. Nico Williams picks it up on the edge of the box, goes all the way back to Joe Gomez. Gomez to Milner. People hovering with intent in and around the box. Virgil van Dijk wants it. He doesn't get it yet. Robbo inside. Good turn by Oxlade-Chamberlain. He skipped past his man. He's gotten to the byline. Can he pick out across? He can. Virgil van Dijk with the header. Yes! Oh, yes!
What a fucking play by
Ox. A wonderful,
Virgil, man.
Wonderful piece of play from Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's done nothing in this game so far, but Chris Pajak, he's picked out a tremendous ball for a great header.
I was just saying, he looks primed to do something in this game, and you can just see he goes past Danny Rose, stands it up. Virgil takes control of the situation, loops the header over the Brovka, and it's 1-1. Points records not up for grabs, but the points gap to second place could be if Manchester City fall apart.
And Liverpool's points record as well, to be fair. Liverpool's personal points record is up for grabs.
A little look up first. He sees who's in there. He knows Virgil's there. Virgil
comes off the guy's shoulder, I think, as well. It's ever so slightly, which causes it to loop up. But we'll take that. We'll take that all day long. Liverpool back in contention. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain really owning that right wing slot with some proper wing play there. I mean, to be fair, Chris, I mean, I know, look, it breaks well. It's intelligent play. He picks it up in the hole, turns, opens it up, and then goes. That's, if he's going to play right wing, that's
what
fundamentally what you need to do. Yeah.
That's what he has to do, because he's not going to cut inside on his left boot like Mo Salah, is he? He just doesn't have that in his game. Nico Williams with a great ball through to Origi.
And headed away.
John might have overreacted that.
Yeah, ever so slightly, but it's fine. We love a bit of hyperbole. Biased hyperbole.
Was it that Wijnaldum thing from pre-season in the States?
No idea.
And I titled it something like you sent the footage over when you were over there, and I was like,
oh, it was like Wijnaldum scores we're training well, and it was like he just scored a goal inside it. Yeah, absolutely.
I've always been proud.
Yeah, definitely. See Joe Gomez matching St. Maxime for pace there, and then maybe just being a little bit too physical. That's what I have no idea why he grabs his shin there, but I mean, it's a dangerous position for us to concede a free kick. It shouldn't be, but actually in post-lockdown, we've not handled these situations particularly well, Chris, so we'll have to see how we do this time around. Oh, Christ!
Shelby let that go there. Yeah. I don't know where he thought someone else was
Minamino. He's looked to shift the ball. That's
just
terrible.
Just swat that upfield. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less.
God, yeah, he's got Oxlade-Chamberlain was nearly in there. He's trying to block the run. Block the ball from Dubravka. It goes long back down the field. Gomez heads it down. Minamino. There we go.
Fan out, mate.
Little moment of potential excitement there as Liverpool play pinball themselves in and amongst the back line from the corner, and then completely cock up the counter-attack. For Newcastle to slightly cock it up, and it was fine. The ball's in the midfield now with James Milner. I think Milner could do with his influence in this game, and I actually wonder where he is now, just being a bit more central. Be a bit more Hendo-like, go where the game needs you to go, because he is that kind of guy. I think he does drive the team on. Minamino, just a little bit. I mean, I'm not sure him being stronger helps him necessarily in that situation, because he's run down a blind alley, but just ran into danger, and Newcastle clear it long and hard down the pitch once again. Oh, Ox caught sleeping there. The ball is in behind. Virgil van Dijk.
We were literally following the wrong man.
Sweeps up, yeah. This
Gary, it's probably because you've called us fuckers, mate, in answer to your comment. How come you fuckers have stopped reading my messages?
Maybe it's because you're such a wonderful person. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Anyway, Naby Keita's got it in the midfield. Takimi Minamino was offering it. Went to Oxlade-Chamberlain instead. Nico Williams back to Naby Keita. And want to just could do with ramping up his influence in this game as well. You see, I wonder whether you say Milner's been playing in the six the last few minutes. I think he's certainly shaping up a bit more that way. Gini Wijnaldum.
I've said he's been playing there all game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Ox is going to hit one.
Oxlade-Chamberlain! Oh!
Well.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Well.
Well, good to see Ox. I mean, it's one of those games where you kind of need to get your fundamentals right, but if you've got the ability, the game doesn't matter. No one's going to be asked if Ox has the occasional pot shot. Gets us all off our seat, gets us feeling a bit more excited. We could do with a few more.
A little bit of something to the game. You know, the players just seem to take a little lift from it. He strikes that ball so cleanly, doesn't he?
Oh, Man United have got a chance. Unlucky. So we've got 3 minutes left of normal time in this game. Keep your thoughts, keep your song suggestions coming in the comments. We haven't had enough songs this game. I'm going to throw one in and then I'm going to pick one from your guys' comments for it next. Let's have, I mean, it's a little out of date, but it's still a belter. Next season.
Oh, should we go back to some scores now?
Let's do it.
As it stands, Arsenal still leading Watford by 3-0. We've got Brighton and Burnley. I know. I already know it.
Oh, yeah. That counts. Everton 1-0
yeah, it
with
does
Bournemouth.
count. Yeah, it is. Brighton is still beating Burnley 1-0. Chelsea Wolves still 0-0. Tottenham Palace, Tottenham leading 1-0. Everton, as we've just seen on our second television, have now drawn level with Bournemouth. The scorer Keane. Leicester Man United still 0-0. City Norwich, City still leading 1-0. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 1 as we know. Sheffield United 1-0. Southampton, West Ham, Villa still 0-0. Michael McGuinness with the super chat. Liverpool to win the lot next season. You heard it here first.
Is that a Freudian slip?
No.
Win the knot.
No.
Sad. Yeah, thank you very much, Michael McGuinness, for your comments. And we've had a song request come in from Charlotte Borland, who wants the Steven Gerrard song. We've got one of the two. Have this. Naby Keita's got it now, looking for the run of Williams. Actually, Chambers down on the ground there, manages to give it back to Keita, who is dispossessed almost. Wijnaldum bails him out, and now Keita's got it again. Looking forward with intent. He's got no decent options in front of him now. Some movement, but there's a lot of Newcastle bodies back there.
Yeah, Taki was really interesting. You see, he's just moved out to the left-hand side there. As Keita picked the ball up from that sort of last passage of play, he made a really great run. But you needed Fabinho to play the ball because only Fabinho can play that straight ball over the top. But it was a nice run, and then obviously he comes deep and then goes again. You see him just pulling to that left-hand side again, just trying to find a little bit of space. And then I'm going to keep my eye on him because it's some clever movement there from Taki.
Absolutely. Anyway, Liverpool just knocking it around the back, but the back line is very, very, very high and up into Newcastle territory. Minamino's got it almost in the left back position, except the left back position is the left mid position at this point. Big ball, well claimed. Martin Dubravka, good goalkeeper. Good goalkeeping. He's got it in his hands. We'll have a little look back at the comments. Go on then. Azian Rana says, play Si Senor. Can do. Well, we've got a few seconds left of normal time in this game. I think, given the way that the game went, conceding in the first 4 seconds of the match, yeah, I mean, at least we go in with a platform for something here, Chris. It's been far from a stellar performance. I don't think either side have been great actually in this game.
A great run there. No, but we're the better side and we're starting to take control of this game. I fully expect Liverpool to go on and win this game still. Watford look like they've scored against Arsenal. It was a penalty. Troy Deeney's finally stood up this season and scored a penalty.
Good little turn, Oxlade. Chamberlain there, maintaining possession well. He's gone over to try. I don't know whether he's just shifted position or whether it's just where he's found himself up. Joe Gomez, therefore, doesn't have Ox to hit on the right-hand side and has to go to the left. Gini Wijnaldum. There's space over on this left-hand side for Andrew Robertson. It goes back to Wijnaldum again. And now Keita. Not a great first touch, but he's managed to get it under control now. Strides over James Milner, taking up a position on the right-hand side, in the Trent position, if you will. Divock Origi gets up, headed away before it could reach the big Belgian. Gini Wijnaldum does very well indeed to win the ball. Lovely slaloming run here from Andy Robertson to Kimi Minamino's gone for the shot. It was a good idea. I wonder whether the give and go was on. Maybe another little fed ball into Andy Robertson might have it. But again, we said it before. I can't like praise Ox for taking on a shot and having a go, and then damn Minamino. He's already had a good shot. That one just a little bit too weak and too close to the keeper.
Yeah, it's a shame because it was the wrong decision. I think actually, if he just did slot it 5 yards to his right. There was a man right centre in the goal who probably had a better opportunity there, or a better chance. I'm seeing in the comments that Bournemouth are now leading Everton 2-1. It hasn't updated on my stats as yet, but I thought I'd let you know. Manchester City, though, have gone 2-0 up against Norwich with a goal from Kevin De Bruyne to cap off what has already been an excellent season for him.
Yeah.
Goals and assists. And Bournemouth have scored. Solanke has scored against the Ev.
No! Oh, Dominic Solanke.
It's all going off at the end there. Comments are saying Chelsea are beating Wolves now, 1-0. I've not got that updated as yet, so I can't tell you the goal scorer just yet.
Good hold-up play from Divock Origi.
That is really, really interesting, isn't it? For the race for the top 4. And once that updates at half-time, we'll have a little look at the table, mate.
Absolutely. As the ball works its way through to Martin Dubravka once again. Yeah, thanks so much to the Invader 97, who's one of our YouTube members, giving us some score updates and that we know we can trust, because only dead sound people are Redmen TV YouTube members. Just saying. Thanks so much for that, mate. And you can see, of course, that he's actually up to his second level of being a member. Does that mean second month?
Yeah.
When you get the red badge.
Red badge, yeah, 2 months.
Fantastic. Good on you.
1 month.
Good on you. Milner and Wijnaldum again, just knocking the ball between them. Liverpool just slowly getting through the gears. I mean, in some respects, the half-time's coming at a good time. In other respects, you wonder whether Liverpool could press on a bit more.
The Chelsea goal, Mason Mount free kick.
Oh, wow. Yeah, as the ball inevitably, inexorably, interminably goes out of play for a goal kick for Newcastle. As it stands then, Chelsea will be third. Manchester United will finish in fourth, a point ahead of Leicester if the scores all stay the same as they are right now. Leicester City at home, in live terms, I'm sure the game's actually already at half-time between Leicester and Manchester United. It's a big... I mean, Brendan Rodgers, I thought, teed it up really... in his build, I saw a quote from him talking about how Manchester United shouldn't be in this position. Man United should really have boxed off top 4, and Leicester are performing above expectations. But when you've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer coming out and saying, no, it's hard, it's, like, we just need to go out there and get it done, it smacks of Rodgers kind of...
Yeah, shielding, deflecting. Mate.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact of the matter is Manchester United shouldn't be in this position, because Leicester should have already wrapped up top 4.
Yeah.
And I don't really agree with either manager's comments, to be honest with you, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come out at half-time now, and we just got a couple of super chats and a club captain, and we'll get to them in a minute. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is coming out and saying it's just another game. It's not, mate. It's the fucking biggest game of the season. Yeah. Now, you can play it as just another game because you've seen Sir Alex Ferguson say this down the years, but this is not just another game for your football club. This is a matter of probably close to £100 million, all told, to your business, and you need that.
That being said, I think it fits for Manchester United. I think having a bit of... being a bit like that, being a bit bullish actually suits that club. You know what I mean? I think that fits the mentality. It helps him create that Alex Ferguson, or I think their fans lap that shit up. Whereas I think if Brendan Rodgers, if he says similar to what Rodgers has said, then...
But what happens if you fail?
Oh, well, yeah.
If you fail, what do you mean? It was just another fucking game, lad. It was the biggest game of our season, clearly.
True enough. But, I mean, it's football all over, isn't it? Is that... it's like, for me, it's a bit like when Rafa came up before the Champions League semi-final with Chelsea and basically went, we're going to get to the final here. And we were like, wow, go ahead. And, we had no right to say that Chelsea team were much better than the Liverpool team at the time, but sometimes you can activate something within the football club, within the fan base, and obviously it's different when you've not got a crowd there, of course. And you're right, it feels to me a bit like, oh, God, that's going to be floating around with the Rio Ferdinand, who's at the wheel, get the contract signed, all that kind of shit if it does go wrong. But you're playing to the crowd, and I wonder whether Brendan Rodgers had an opportunity here to be a bit like... to whack it out on the table and be like, come Ed, yes, we've struggled to get over the line, but we're gonna step up and do this. Yeah, look, I think he's protecting himself.
I think he's protecting his players, Paul.
Yeah,
more than anything, because let's be honest, they should have been in top 4. They shouldn't be in this conversation, but they are. And the form that they're in, I think everybody fancy Manchester United to win against Leicester today, and so he's probably thinking, well, you know what, 7 times, 8 times out of 10, I think United in the form they're in, the form my team's in, are winning this game of football. So I've got to protect against the worst thing happening. Yeah. And that is to say that you've still had a good season, lads, because the likelihood is that they are not going to be in the top 4.
It's very Roy Hodgson, isn't it? I mean, I think he's thinking about himself and his career there, as opposed to anything else. It's a shame, really. But then again, he once bitten, twice shy, and he knows that he'll get back and he'll be able to put something together next season. His hope, saying that, yeah, it's a decent enough
the thing
narrative.
is, his season has still been brilliant. It's still been a successful season for him. Getting Leicester to 5th. All right, Manchester United and Chelsea had a bit of a down year and stuff like that, but Tottenham, people didn't think at the start of the season Tottenham were going to be as bad as they did.
Yeah.
So at the start of the season, if you said Leicester 5th, everyone thought best of the rest, but that's probably 8th. You know what I mean? So he still had a good season and he needs to protect that as well. So I understand it. I don't agree with it. I think he should have gone a bit more, cock on the table type of thing. But Chelsea have just scored again as well, but before the end of the half.
Well, let's have a quick look
this time.
Let's get the scores back up so we can just get updated with what it looks. We get the scores and we'll get the table up so we can just see how everything kind of stands. Because as we know, look, Liverpool 1-1 has no significant impact other than that would take us to 97 points, which would match our record points total ever, obviously, which we got last season, which I think is as an importance, which I'm sure will be relevant come the end of the game if we do it. So go on, what we got so far?
Half time, Arsenal 3, Watford 1. Wow, didn't know this one. Burnley just equalised right before half-time against Brighton, so that's now 1-1. Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Everton 1, Bournemouth 2, thanks to a late goal from Dom Solanke. Leicester United 0-0. Man City 2, Norwich City 0. Newcastle 1, Liverpool 1. Southampton 0, Sheffield United 1. And West Ham United 0, Aston Villa 0. So the table, as the top 4 stands, sorry Paul, Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, Man United are the top 4 with Leicester in 5th, Tottenham in 6th, Wolves in 7th, and at the bottom, as it currently stands, Aston Villa are 17th, so out of the relegation zone, 1 point ahead of Bournemouth, who are level with Watford, and Norwich adrift on 21 points. Norwich, Watford, Bournemouth going down as it stands on Survival Sunday.
Oh, yes. Right, okay, thank you so much to Danny Barrett, who's joined as a club captain. As Chris mentioned, that means you will get access to tomorrow's Final Word show, and all throughout the summer you will get access to the Reds Transfer Roundup show, 60 minutes, subscriber to the website, subscriber exclusive, and now YouTube member exclusive shows, if that's a nice little tidbit for you to join, give you some extra added value for joining, as well as the custom emotes that you get access to, which once again, Ross, if he's actually still here and not gone for a half-time burst, we'll be able to throw into the comments. If you want to have a little look for yourself, if you're in the comments, click the little smiley face at the bottom, you'll see them, they're all locked. There's a whole wide range of them. We'll be updating them, of course, over the summer and for the new season as well, so you can have a bit more of a laugh with us in the live shows. We'll be doing more and more live content for you, and there's a load of amazing things coming up post-season. Obviously, we've still got 45 minutes, we've still got this game to talk about, but yes, if you want to be entertained, you want the best Liverpool content throughout your summer to keep away the footballing blues, the football withdrawal symptoms, which will return, they always do, then yeah, make sure you either subscribe to the redmentv.com, or if you just want that one additional show and again the extra bits and pieces like your discounts off Redmen merch, become a Redmen YouTube member, and you can get some more bits and pieces from there. So thank you very much, Danny, and you get an OU Beauty for your troubles.
Lovely job. So I've got up a nice little Twitter post from yesterday by a guy called Propaganda Photo, Paul. You can see it on my iPad right now. There's been a mural done. Did I say the word right? I've learned the word. Brilliant. And
you didn't say it, mural.
You know that. You know I've been terrible at that word for years and years and years. I'll show you a video on WhatsApp a little bit later. We did this mural to Jordan Henderson. We're really, really proud of it. It says, anything is possible, never stop believing. And it's for Older Hay. We've got some nice photos of it here. Somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Opposite the Trent Alexander-Arnold mural. Mural.
Moral.
It's just one of those words.
Yeah. Well, I understand.
Over and over and over again.
It's not called rural. You know,
no, it's definitely not. So we've got it opposite there. Then you can see a close-up of Jordan's face, screaming, lifting number 19, which is absolutely fantastic. And there, there's a nice plant pot in the way, which has been fantastic. And as you can see, not only did we do that, but if I go back onto their feed, someone paid us a little visit and signed the goddamn wall at the same time, which was just absolutely amazing. So there we are with the captain of Liverpool Football Club stood in front of his mural. and there he is looking resplendent in Nike, and he's always been a Nike athlete before anyone says. And there's our sponsors, Threads for Reds, Dreams and Songs to Sing, right next to him on the lamppost, which is pretty nice, isn't it? Jordan was so good, giving us a bit of time yesterday morning as well, wasn't he?
Yes, so do make sure, I mentioned the content that's going to be coming out over the summer. We have got an exclusive interview with the captain, with the Football Writers Player of the Year. We have got a documentary coming out around the creation of that mural as well, coming in the coming weeks as well. And we're going to be having a 3-part documentary series on this season and how the league was won, and a host of other amazing content. We've got a load of films. There's going to be a Lallana tribute coming out as well, which Jordan's spoken a little bit for. Some very, very exciting times to be a Liverpool fan. Some amazing content coming up for you. And of course, as I say, if you want to go down and check out the mural, if you're in the Liverpool area, it is just opposite the Trent Morrison Civil Road. In fact, if you type in, you discovered this last night, if you type in Jordan Henderson mural into Google search, into Google Maps, it tells you exactly where it is, which is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, it's now a proper landmark in the city of Liverpool, which we are immensely proud of, because we wanted to do something to celebrate 10 years of Redmen TV on YouTube. The pandemic hit, so we kept it on the down low, but yeah, 10 years on this channel making content for you guys, so there'll be some more bits and pieces around that happening. We've got an updated logo and all those kind of things, which we'll be changing over to. If we've not done it already, it'll be getting changed over to this week, so keep your eyes peeled on all of our social channels for that. Yes, we had a super chat come in from Susan Morgan at Livingstone saying, "Love you, Redmen, you'll never walk alone." Aww. Thank you. You can have a boom for that. Thank you, Susan.
Best word I can say to describe this was
there was a couple of super chats before, you said. Did you see where they were?
I did see where they were. I don't know where they are.
Oh, there we go. Jonathan Cook, £2 super chat. Thank you, Jonathan. Saying Solanke red through and through. Absolutely made up with that.
Of course. Solanke.
Yes.
He's a red. Through and through.
Thank
you for the super chat.
Where did you go?
I was just reading some comments.
It was like an empty shell. It was like staring at a cardboard cutout of Chris Pajak for a good couple of seconds there.
Tony Blakeway, Redmen TV member, said Google Maps is awesome if you type in empty seats. And I was just kind of thinking, oh yeah, it's definitely the Etihad, that, isn't it? And then I looked up and I realised that you've been talking to me and I've managed to just about piece together the question, and I think I got the right answer.
Absolutely. What I love about it is that it's these little subtle stories, like how Danny Ings is guaranteed to score against Everton. It's the only club I'm sure he actually scored. I'm pretty sure he scored all 20 of his goals this season against Everton. And I like the fact that, because what's even funnier is Baz from Toffee TV fucking hates Solanke. He thinks he's rubbish. And to be fair, is that like his first goal that he scored this season? It might even be. So. It's close. Like
I remember him scoring the other week.
Yeah. So. Either way, he's not been a stellar scorer of goals for them by any stretch of the imagination. So yes, that is a wonderful little side note. Another little. We're talking about this season, about this final game of the season. Look, Liverpool have won the league. I want to see us win. I definitely want to see a win so we can end on a bit of a high note. But it's about grabbing what little bits and pieces we can at this point. And yeah, Dom Solanke's scoring a goal against the Ev. Yeah,
one of his two goals. That might be his third, but apparently he's got 2 goals and 1 assist in 31 this season in the Premier League. He's got 1 in the FA Cup. He's much better in the FA Cup. He's got 1 and 2 in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I'm flying. Absolutely flying. Yeah,
that's what we thought we were buying.
Yeah, definitely. He's decent, but he's mad.
Just never kicked on, mate, did he?
Yeah, I always talk about like when you get centre forwards and how sometimes just a goal makes a big difference to you. And he started against Everton a couple of seasons ago in the Christmas period, and we draw that game. And I think if he has a goal that's a shot cleared off the line, or is it even disallowed? But if he scores, I think there's a chance his career kicks on. But it just never quite works for him.
Moments for strikers more than anyone. Strikers. I mean, actually, there is a left back. Was it Insua who we just ruined at the end of one season? Like if he just hadn't have had game time at the end of that season.
That wasn't what ruined Insua. What ruined Insua was he was competing for a place with Aurelio, and Aurelio was fucking missed the glass. If we remember, like, he thought Daniel Sturridge was bad. So Insua went from being that getting blooded in casually to being our only left back fit at the club. But your point, your point is, got hung out to dry for an entire season and got hated by the Liverpool fan base for it. Like, but yeah, Dom Solanke, I mean, bless him. I always thought he had the capability, and as long as he's scoring against Everton, that's absolutely fine by me. Oh, look at that. Is that him as well? That we're watching there. Yeah, made up. Absolutely made up for him. Right, we're going to take a little bit of a break before the second half kicks off. Keep your thoughts. That was the halftime gong. Keep your comments coming in. Keep some song suggestions coming in the comments. If you want to join us in the memberships to spaff your emotes in there, you can do that as well. But yes, here's a little bit of me talking about YouTube memberships and what it's all about. Hey everyone, Redmen TV memberships on YouTube are now live. You can support the channel and unlock exclusive loyalty badges and custom emotes to be used in our live streams and around the platform as well. So whether you want to show support for the people on the news shows, or you want to really let manager Chris Pajak know that he's doing a bad job or a really good job on the Football Manager YouTube series, then you can do. Tier 1 will get you those. On Tier 2 you'll also unlock the Final Word show that is normally only on the redmentv.com, and you're going to get discounts to Redmen TV merch as well. 10% on Tier 1 and 2 and 20% on Tier 3, which will also get you access to absolutely everything. Yes, it's as simple as that really. So if you want to join up and become a Redmen TV member on YouTube, then join our membership scheme. If you want to join up for more, go to the redmentv.com, of course. But yes, if you want to support what we're doing, please do. Don't feel that you need to. The free content will always be there. But if you want that little bit more interaction and customization, then yes, become a Redmen TV member on YouTube and sign up today. Nice one.
Hello everybody, welcome back. The second half is about to kick off right now. Newcastle kicking off. We've had a super chat in from Liz Taylor. Hello Liz, thank you very much for the super chat. Great, amazing 10 years following Redmen. Hope I get another 10. My word, you are going to get another 10 years of Redmen TV. We're here for the long haul. We've loved every bit of this incredible journey, and no moment has made us more proud. I speak for Paul as well, because I know he feels exactly the same, than being able to put that mural together in honour of the captain, Jordan Henderson, but also for the whole squad as well. I think it obviously recognises Jordan being the leader and the captain of this football club, and we're made up for him because of the adversity that he has gone through. So the game has kicked off. Newcastle have got the ball, looks like going to fart around with it at the back. John Joe Shelvey to the centre back, and now we're out on the right hand side. They play the ball forwards. Joe Gomez has intercepted the ball, plays a nice ball through to Divock Origi, who's running down that left-hand side. And he's got Robertson in support. Will he use him on the overlap? Yes. Is anybody in the box? No. So he pulls it back for Divock. Controls well. Out to Taki on the edge of the area. Taki, who's on the drive. Oh, it's Nico from distance, and he's blammed it over the bar, which was nice and exciting. Oh, good. That was lovely, wasn't it? I like Nico Williams shooting. That was good play there from Divock Origi, firstly, on that left-hand side, as well, picking out Taki. Taki thinks quickly as he's closed down, and then Nico does blam it, and it's a terrible shot, to be fair. It's about 10 yards over the crossbar. Leicester Man United have kicked off again, and Man United fella's gone down in the area, looking for a penalty. No surprises there. Ball still out of play. And we've had a super chat as the goalkeeper takes the goal kick, throws it down. Joe Gomez wins that ball. Now it's out to Divock Origi, who manages to somehow keep it. No, he's lost it. Brilliant. But we do have it with Andy Robertson just over the halfway line, coming down the left-hand side. He plays the ball over the top to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Be surprised if he wins it. He's won it. And Liverpool win a corner. Just had a super chat from Michael McGuinness. Congrats on 10 years of Redmen TV. Loved watching. I met Chris at the Tranmere. Great Tranmere game. Great lad, and I'm sure Paul walked past me after the Shrewsbury FA Cup game. I'm sure he did, because he was fucking there.
A lot of people met Chris after that Tranmere game. It's dead funny. The two, because I'd forgotten all about it, but the people who got the most selfies on the day were Divock Origi and Chris Pajak, two absolute legends of the Liverpool game. Anyway, Liverpool, I've got a corner 2 minutes into the second half here. Virgil van Dijk's trying to make himself look small, see if he can just sneak around there. Divock hovering with intent just in front of him. James Miller goes 2 arms and then stutter steps. He's gone for the John Aldridge penalty style corner there. We'll go through this corner. You keep an eye on that. I'll do the corner. Ball comes in. Virgil van Dijk with the header. Oh! Straight down the keeper's throat. Pretty much decent save from Martin Dubravka. Decent enough connection from Virgil van Dijk. But yeah, it's going to have to be headed down or right into a corner if he's going to cause that goalkeeper problems. As we saw with the header, Chris, that he scored earlier on. Dubravka, I think, is one of the... He's actually... I think he's a better goalkeeper than the level Newcastle are at. And there's a reason why Virgil scored the header. It was almost unsavable the way it ends up in the goal.
When something loops over the goalkeeper like that, it doesn't matter if he stood in the wrong position just slightly. I mean, you'll know better than me, Paul. I mean, I was always stood in the wrong position when a ball went high because I couldn't reach the fucking crossbar.
Well, you always stood in the wrong position as a goalkeeper because being a goalkeeper is a shit position to play in. And trust me, I know I did it for a very long time. Yes, the most thankless task. Oh, did we get it? What did you hit your elbow on? Oh, Bruce Hayes, welcome to the club captain level. Oh, thank you so much for joining us. Yes. Amazing. Yeah, it was actually also for Chris's elbow, that clip. What a hit, son. Oh, you see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was going up there, challenged.
He's taking Bentaleb off.
Yeah, was that the moment that, of course, Bentaleb did pick up an injury earlier on in the first half. I wonder whether they were just re-showing that one there. Yes, Bruce, thank you so much for joining us. Brilliant. Right, okay. Newcastle got the throw in on the left-hand side. Nico Williams heads away, flicked away by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Naby Keita and Ox just getting tangled up on that right-hand side. They've gone deep and long for Origi. Oh, he's been bulldozed to the ground. Gini Wijnaldum flicks it up and over. Looking into space on this right-hand side, and he's tackled. And Newcastle will keep that in play. It's an interesting one, the Gini one, isn't it? Because he's got such an affinity for Newcastle Football Club. I hadn't really thought about it until this, because I forget. You forget, don't they? Players become yours. You forget the baggage that they carry around with them sometimes. I wonder how that impacts him, because I know he loves. I mean, I think I don't know whether they're not being fans there helps or hinders, because it gives you something more to play for, or you're less apologetic because you don't have to go like, what happens if I score? Do I have to do the whole? No, I'm sad and I'm somber that I've scored a goal. I'm so sorry I scored a goal against my former employers. Yeah.
I never really know how to feel about all that stuff, Paul, because I'm just like, they don't play for you no more. Just fucking celebrate it.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Like, if it was, but if it was like, say I'd managed to somehow get to Liverpool and then I wasn't good enough.
Sorry, a little moment. Joe Gomez, I'm not sure what the hell that clearance was. We've got some defending to do now as they drive into the 18-yard box, go back to Genshaw Shelby on the edge. Good touch, good low drive, miles wide.
So say I'd somehow managed to make it to Liverpool and then I wasn't good enough and they sold me. Like, but, because I love Liverpool, I'm not celebrating. If it was anybody else, like, I know I'm not going to fall in love with fucking Bournemouth if I end up playing there, you know what I mean? So I'm celebrating a goal against Bournemouth if I leave them. I'm just not that arsed. I just don't see it as a big thing. Like, footballers move on.
Yeah, I think there's exceptional circumstances in all of those things, and it depend on whether you've got an affinity, because I think if you genuinely loved your time at a football club, then it's why the Suarez stuff was galling, because I know we knew that deep down what we were getting with Suarez, but when you see somebody who used to go on about how much you love Liverpool and what a great affinity you actually have with the fans and all that kind of stuff, it feels like it sticks in your craw. But I can understand, it doesn't matter what football club it is, it doesn't matter. It's when you've got like journeymen who've played for 10 clubs. I mean, like Robbie Keane, I'm sure there's probably a point where he hasn't been able to celebrate a goal for the last 5 years of his career.
He's probably forgetting if he played for them or not, so it's just safer not to celebrate or not to score in the end of his career.
His brain can only hold so many memories.
He was brilliant though, wasn't he? Like, when he was at Inter Milan and stuff like that, Robbie Keane was fucking sensational, breaking through at Coventry. He was just brilliant.
He was wanking into Milan, but he was very good. He was very, very good at Coventry and Wolves. Like, funny that, isn't it? Like, he's literally played for every club on the face of planet Earth, and probably been a boyhood fan of them all as well. This is always good. It always helps your settling in process, certainly does. Right, anyway, Naby Keita's got it on the halfway line. Gini Wijnaldum's inside him. So just a little bit of a slower tempo from the Reds here, just looking to hopefully grind up through the gears, but we shall see. Gomez receives it from Van Dijk. and he goes over to the right back position to Nico Williams. A little bit deeper from him today, or at the moment, certainly this half, not pushing on quite as much. We've got Divock Origi very wide on the right-hand side at the moment, which is quite interesting. Oxlade-Chamberlain is going through the middle at the moment, again, whether that's just something we'll see.
There you go, winning ball high up.
Settle back. Well, they'll settle back into the normal positions in a minute, we'll see, but that's certainly how they are at the moment. Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left-hand side. A little give and go with Andy Robertson. Maintains again. Milner through the middle. Now has to go back to Virgil van Dijk. And again, it's another one, Chris, where someone's going to have to just drop a shoulder, ping a ball into feet and see if something sticks. Oh,
what a fucking hell, Divock. That's incredible. Oh, fuck off. Get up, you prick.
It is a free kick.
How did he jump over him there?
Yeah,
I'm not sure he even touched him, did he, mate?
Little arm on the shoulder.
Oh, come off it, like, you know what I mean?
Bought that well.
And a fucking laugh.
No!
Absolutely pathetic.
Yeah, Newcastle have the free kick then, just on the right-hand side of the penalty area. The Dubravka goes long down the field, very, very long, and it is won. Wow. Ooh, Virgil van Dijk contested it, won it. Gets up, beautiful. Divock Origi now chance to turn. He's hauled to the ground. That's a free kick.
That's how you do it, mate. Crystal Palace, Schlupp has just scored for Crystal Palace against Tottenham Hotspur, so that is now 1-1. Some scores actually then. Arsenal still beating Watford 3-1. Brighton are now beating Burnley 2-1. Chelsea 2-0 still with Wolves. Everton are still losing to Bournemouth 2-1. Leicester United still 0-0. City still winning. Southampton, Sheffield United 1-0, and West Ham, Aston Villa is still 0-0.
Nico Williams just been left a little bit isolated there. 2 or 3 men pressing them. Goes back to Joe Gomez. Sensible decision. Gomez just opens the field to play up, sprinting forward towards the halfway line, and then slotting it over to Robbo, who switches play for no reason whatsoever and forces us back into our half to Nico Williams. Williams again, but just stroking it back. Doesn't seem like any great sense of urgency here. Ox has gone very, very deep to try and get involved again. Divock's got it still, staying on this right-hand side. Williams looking for the overlap, but now he pulled up and it's not a particularly good ball. But I don't know what their lad's doing there. He's caused himself all kinds of problems.
The man did quite well in the end.
Yeah, actually, that man there, that fella there, that one right there, did all right. And Gomez fighting. He's still got the ball.
Oh,
he's kept the ball. Oh, this is
brilliant.
good football. Good football. And Williams has done well as well. Origi. Naby Keita's got a little jink. Origi forced to pull up short there. He's got the ball back. What can he do? Back to Gini Wijnaldum. Liverpool just looking a little bit more threatening. Robertson attacking the left-hand corner of the penalty area. Gives the ball away. They've looked to go out the outside. And Liverpool will win a throw-in deep in Newcastle territory. A little bit better that last 20 seconds than it'd been the minute before.
There was really nice play on that right-hand side. Joe Gomez breaking through the press, really, wasn't it? Now we're playing centrally.
Naby, just a first-time ball, trying to slot it through to Origi. Nice idea. It just didn't quite come off. And look, we're getting to that point now, probably 5 minutes away from our first round of substitutions. It's kind of all or nothing. I always imagine most of our substitutions are roughly pre-programmed, but if there's a decision to be made, we're entering into decision territory here, Chris, where, if you're coming off, you've got 5 minutes to pour whatever you've got left onto the pitch.
Yeah, I'd really like the pre-programmed substitutions to be Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones in this game, because if Divock's gone over to that right-hand side, I think Harvey Elliott's got just as much chance of making something happen over there on that right-hand side. And Curtis Jones, look, I think Milner and Keita and Wijnaldum have played well in this game. I don't think they've had bad games, but I just want to see more of him.
Yeah.
And I just go, give them 30 minutes, the two of them, and just let's see. It's the last game of the season. The league's won. Come on, boys, give them 30.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting point. I mean, I wonder whether, because the problem with Harvey Elliott is that there's 3 obvious substitutions for the front 3. And in bringing Harvey Elliott on, we'd have to change the formation or put someone else in another position, unless you've decided that one of the front 3 is not coming into this game at all, which is the only awkward thing about the Elliott stuff. But I don't disagree. I definitely like to see Curtis. I think Curtis will definitely come into this game at some point. The Harvey Elliott stuff is telling, because we just don't know where he's at, really. Klopp's been singing his praises, he's been talking about what a good trainer he is and what have you, but he's 17 years old, and I wonder whether Klopp actually really wants the win here, and I think that'll tell. I think if he chooses to bring Elliott on, I think it's telling you that you might still think we can get the win, but there's a difference.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
shock
agree.
me to see the front three actually come on in 3 minutes' time. You change all three and you bring Firmino, Salah, and
that
Mane
would
on.
shock me. I'm not saying it's probably more likely that he brings the front three on than he brings Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones on, but I just don't see the point. Unless he really wants those points, I couldn't really care less. If he, I want us to get to 99 points, and I know that if Jürgen has trusted Harvey Elliott to be in the squad for the last few weeks, then he's trusted that he's ready. And that's what I want to see. I'm just excited for next season. I'm excited, for seeing Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones get more minutes.
Yeah. I wonder, if it was me anyway, I'd bring the front three on now, and Curtis and Elliott can happily come on, but it's a last 10 minutes, you know what I mean? And I wonder whether that, again, does the scoreline have any impact on any of this stuff? Because again, in terms of just psychologically ending the season on a high, whether we're not that arse one way or the other, the game will be what it'll be because we have no impact on the game. Whereas if you've got a direct impact on the game, I think again it will be telling. The next few minutes will tell on what Jurgen Klopp psychologically has over this, because you're right. The difference between 97 points and 99 points is minimal. You can say you exactly matched your level from last year, which gives you credence to you could easily have two league titles. That's how good you are. 99 points shows that you had an even better season, which I think helps any arguments going forward. Anyway, Divock Origi looking for space. Oh, go! Oh,
what a
Cutting it off that left-hand side onto his right peg, slamming it low and hard into the bottom right-hand corner, past the Bravka. That is a goal. We've seen that happen from Divock Origi. I don't want to say loads of times, but on several occasions when he plays this role, that's what he can do, Chris Pager.
Oh, mate, the step over is beautiful. Just frees himself a little bit of space, and the finish is glorious. Does Leicester take a free kick? Oh, it's off the woodwork! They've just hit the bar. Vardy headed off the free kick, but the goal by Divock Origi, just this little shoulder shimmy, does him on the... Oh, it's Javier Manquillo he goes past as well. Good. Brilliant. And then the finish is... That's what Divock does so well. Just needs a yard of space and then he'll drill it, won't he?
He can be... I was going to say he can be a bit one-dimensional, and that's when he's playing really well. What I like about Divock out wide is that he does actually get to the byline a surprising amount. He's got it because he's got some step overs, he's got some good close control, but I think we've seen less and less of that as the season's progressed. I think he's become a bit too one-dimensional. We talked about it before. When you don't want to do a job, you stop doing it well. That is Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, all about to come onto the field.
A nice big tick.
I might just tattoo that on myself there, like, yeah. No. He does. He wants it.
2-1.
Yeah. And to be fair, Chris, you try telling one of them front three that they're not coming onto the pitch. That's the nature of those lads, isn't it? That they'd be pissed off if they weren't playing in this game.
Yeah, they would be, and that's why they are champions of everything, isn't it? Because they want to play and they are available for these games, and they're so good, aren't they? I mean, poor Newcastle fans. You think it's 2-1, oh God, and then you see them three warming up,
and they scored too early, Chris. That's the problem.
Yeah, you don't want to poke the bear, mate.
Classic. Oh yeah.
Leicester look like they're having a good 5 minutes on top here. It's another free kick. Bad looks at a corner, maybe.
Corner over on that left-hand side. Into the box. It's over everyone and it's headed clear. Divock Origi, little chance to stretch his legs. Cuts back. Minamino could be the last impact of these footballers. Minamino's got the overlap of Robertson. He's met it really well. I thought it was his foot. It was his foot. I thought it had gone through his legs. No,
should have known. It wasn't
I tell you what, Minamino, I mean, he probably gets a shout from Robertson, but I actually thought that felt like a greater understanding of Minamino there, knowing that Robertson was coming up on the left-hand side. Small moments. I don't think he's particularly been outstanding in this game, but they're the kind of things that are the benefits of him getting more and more game time.
I find it quite interesting that, you know, even with the front three that, you know, don't have a lot of game time, haven't played a lot together, the sort of movement's been really good, the switching of positions, it's been constant and consistent all throughout the game, and they're all having a little run elsewhere, and that's obviously a difficult thing to do, but he's obviously put trust in them, and he's not told them to stay stationary, so he's put a lot of trust in those front three, and look, at the end of the day, we're winning 2-1, Divock scored as well, so they've done something right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah, I still, it still gets me. Divock Origi doesn't suit playing centre forward for us, and I think it works if you go and gung ho, you're going all out attack. Oh, James Milner's pace is going to be tested. Well done, Millie. Oh my God!
Poor ball really to him, and I think he just slipped just as the ball was played as well.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I mean, I know Liverpool maybe pick this conversation up in a second, but. Okay, right. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, they're under the cosh a little bit from Leicester last 5 minutes. There's another free kick now on the edge of the Man United area. The defensive walls stood on the edge of the area. What point does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer start defending what he's got?
Yeah,
and that's fucking really like, you know, they're a good counter-attacking side, United, so they can afford to probably do it a little bit. But, you know, as a test of his management skills, 30 minutes left in the game, 27 minutes left in the game, Leicester are on top. I wouldn't want him to be in charge of my football club at this point.
Nope. Anyway, triple substitution coming in for Liverpool. We will talk about that in a second. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi. One front three replaced with another front three, but a much, much better front three. And look, I think, Chris, it's... Minamino's another one. You can see actually in them really. Divock Origi has that capability. He's always had that capability. I think Ox has toiled a little bit. I think barring the moments that builds up to and creates, of course, Virgil van Dijk's goal, not a great showing for Ox in this. Bright little moments from Minamino, but it is what it is. You've changed the entire front three. Each of them's got probably enough little bits and pieces in the game. Actually, probably least of all Minamino, that they'll take positives.
Yeah,
from.
Look, I think Ox for me has had probably the all-round most. I don't say worst game because I think that's difficult sometimes. Yeah. I've not noticed him as much apart from obviously the assist that he gets. Divock obviously scored, so that helps massively, and he seems to be popping up, and he was playing with endeavour, Divock, wasn't he? Much like Minamino as well. You know, he kept popping up everywhere, you know, trying to find space. You could always see him in the distance of the shot running, whether he gets the ball or not, you know, so he's tried really hard. I think you're right. There's moments that each of them can take away from it and think, you know what, I'll be better for that 60.
I think it's hard because it's like it's hard to have these arguments because I can see an opposite point for it, but I think in all-round performance I quite enjoyed Minamino's performance. I think there were some bright moments, got a couple of decent shots off, etc. Divock Origi, I think he was a bit crap all game apart from 5 minutes before the goal where he got fouled, he got stuck here, he had a couple of give and goes. He was definitely a bit more dangerous playing wide than he was through the middle, and Ox did nothing really apart from that one moment of setting up a goal. But it's football, it's the last game of the season. It's actually probably one of those games where you just as well taking the positives in one moment of really good stuff as you are in a more all-round performance that doesn't yield an actual, a tangible result.
And let's not forget that, you know, the manner in which they started the game, Liverpool, so poor, wasn't it? That, you know, Newcastle are then just sitting back, holding on to what they've got. So that makes it more difficult for the front three.
Deep ball into the box. Mohamed Salah first touch, second touch, post!
1-2 off the post!
Salah whips it in again. Oh no, Sadio! It's the wrong side of his head.
Yeah, it was the side without hair.
Delvin Keita's got it. Apparently, I'd guess they've tried to shoehorn a picture of Mo Salah onto the screen. Deep ball. Oh,
Virgil's staying up again, taking charge. We had a new member there.
We have indeed. Barry Bogan, welcome aboard as a first team member to the Redmen TV memberships. You can have a nabby lad.
Nabby lad.
Great first touch, brilliant. Great second. Keeper all stood up on his feet there, couldn't move, couldn't react to it. Unlucky. Good, well, Bright, there you go. Salah's done almost as much as any of the other front three had done in 3 seconds of action on the pitch.
Yeah, he got closer than Ox did with his long ranger. And Minamino had a great one saved from Dubravka as well, didn't he, to be fair, so...
Couple of decent efforts from old Tacky. Anyway, Newcastle got it deep in that left-hand side, right in the corner flag. Nico Williams trying to marshal it, does. And Genie Wijnaldum tries to come up with the ball, tries to lob it over Gale. Eventually, we've got the Van Dijk, but pings it to feet. That is brilliant, brave football. Bobby Firmino, he finds Mohamed Salah. Nope. Salah's not getting injured, not at this time of the season, not for you. It's a Newcastle throw-in on the halfway line. I think we've got another member as well. Let me just find the name. Christine.
Gerard Ordiales.
Gerard Ordiales. Welcome, first team. Thank you so much.
Oh no, the same penalty to United here in the chat. We've not caught up yet. Obviously, we're still about 2 minutes behind.
Oh dear.
What
are they doing?
No.
It's fine. He'll catch him eventually. That would be a crying shame. Anyway, Virgil van Dijk's just casually strolling around the back here. Joe Gomez, Nico Williams in the right back, and it's hard not to have one eye on the Leicester Man United game, given what we've just been told. Oh, Chowdhury, he's giving it away. The ball's played through the middle. And of course, it's a penalty to Manchester United, and that one actually was a pretty stonewaller, to be fair. And Johnny, oh well, look at that shock horror. Johnny Evans gives away a penalty for Man United.
Schmeichel dives the wrong way.
Oh dear God!
It's a definite penalty.
Yeah, it certainly looked it on first glance. Yeah, that is.
I'm going to stay away from the comments because I do want to see this. I mean, you could have given 2 pens there.
Yeah, anyway.
I'm surprised he hasn't. It's United.
There's a drinks break here, yeah.
Oh, they're checking for VAR. What are they checking? I mean, it's a pen, and it definitely happened outside the box.
Owen Cummings with the super chat, the £5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the great videos this season. Makes my day watching them after our games. I'll hopefully be a member one day. Listen, mate, no pressure. You know, we say this. We have to push these things because it's the members, it's the subscribers, and obviously people who just watch. You obviously don't click off the advert. Who help us to fund the whole endeavour, but also, you know, people who fund it help allow it to be free for other people as well. So if you can support the channel, do support the channel. If you can't support the channel, you know, it's set up such that you're able to still watch, you know, a ton of free content. So yeah, you know, don't feel pressured into doing it. But it is great for those who, of course, who can, whether it's memberships or subscribing to theredmentv.com.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, what do you think they're waiting on here? Like, I mean, they started looking a little bit back earlier on in the move there. Bruno Fernandes, I hate his fucking run up. You know that?
Oh really?
I really hate it.
Better or worse than Paul Pogba's?
Worse.
Wow. There's never been a worse run up for a penalty.
It's the fucking stupid jump beforehand.
Oh yeah, it's become fashionable the last 10 years or so.
I hope he fucks this up because of it. They're bringing Carroll on, mate.
Oh, big AC onto the pitch for Gale, and Almiron comes off for. Oh, sorry, Almiron comes on for
Okay, Fernandes is about to take this penalty. Stupid little fucking jump.
There we go. Okay. Oh. Big dancing skills from Kasper Schmeichel, and he's made himself look an absolute tit there. 1-0 to Manchester United, and Man United are in the box seat now. It's going to take 2 goals from Leicester City to book their place in the Champions League. 20 minutes left to play, which means we can probably turn our attentions back to the Liverpool game, because yeah, United should have that pretty comfortably, to be fair. Because
the first shot this half as well.
Yeah, Joe Gomez cuts out the ball in behind. It's really interesting to see Andy Carroll. I wonder if England are still going to consider him as a good option to take along.
It's surprising that he's playing actually with no tournament football in the summer.
Yeah, well, he has always come fit for the last handful of games.
I always just thought it was because of the tournaments.
Oh, great
Apparently
ball.
It's just a thing.
Sadio Mane over.
Robbo's
charging towards the area. Naby's on the edge. He's got it. Naby Keita, not a great first touch. Couldn't control it. Mohamed Salah is offside. Unlucky. Right. Let's have another little tune. It's not Bobby again.
Look for 2, Arsenal 3 now.
Great control this by Sadio Mane, brings the ball into the middle of the pitch and then finds Salah over the top, and it just... Naby Keita's the right ball, but I think it's actually quite well blocked off. The touch isn't great, and then yeah, he's kind of
slightly behind him, isn't it, as well? So now Watford are only a goal behind Arsenal, so that was 3-0 at one point. Danny Welbeck, the scorer against his old club. Mad that he's still going.
Yeah, so it's like we've got about just over 15 minutes probably left in all the games. You know, a little bit more in some, less than in others. Going to be interesting to see what kind of happens. You'd be amazed if Leicester pulled
go on,
after
go on, Salah.
Mohamed Salah's in the foot races into the box. Got a chance. Good defending. Good tackle indeed. Yeah, unlucky. Salah just trying to get that ball, trying to open it up so he can slot it into the far corner. I mean, I don't really think there's anything in his mind other than trying to...
Was it Bobby with the ball there? I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Sadio's there. If he wants to go across the face, it might have been slightly offside.
It had to have been first time. And as soon as he takes a touch, it's closed down there.
Actually, his first touch is good. I think it's a really good defender.
He's a great defender. What I'm saying is, he has to play the ball.
Oh, yeah, if he's going to pass it. If he's going to pass it.
He's made his decision when he doesn't play the pass for me.
Yeah. Nico Williams, little Cruyff turn back onto his left, back onto his right. Digs the cross out. Virgil van Dijk nods it back. Gini Wijnaldum. Oh, Salah's touch deserts him. It was wonderful vision from Gini Wijnaldum. Great little piece of play from Liverpool. And Salah, heavy touch. Virgil stayed up. He's just having a laugh at this point, isn't he? Any excuse to not have to get back. Liverpool in the lead here, 72, coming up on 73 minutes played in this match. Nico Williams out to Mohamed Salah. Going to look for James Milner. Salah's touch was a nightmare there.
I think the ball was so well disguised that Salah actually wasn't expecting it, and it's only come 5 or 6 yards to him, hasn't it? So, but yeah, I mean, he'd expect to do better, Salah, if it was played again, and with or without notice that he's going to get that ball there. You can see his hands are on his head there. He's fuming about it because that would have been a great chance to get a goal there. Great ball by Gini though, the disguise, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, and I mean, Salah needs one more for 20 league goals, doesn't he? Which is it a Roger Hunt record?
Yeah, 3 on the bounce.
So yeah, for 3 consecutive 20-goal seasons. So he'll be fuming. If he doesn't do it, he'll be fuming with himself there. He's laughing at the moment because I think he knows that. Look, I think Liverpool are going to get more chances. He's had two and a bit decent chances already.
He should have broke through this 20 goals this season.
Yeah,
even just since the restart, he could have had about 20.
Wow, Scott Hawkes once again. Scott, thank you so much. I'm running out of superlatives to describe you as a person. You can have an OUBT again. I'm sure you're bored of hearing it by this point. $25 super chat. Thank you. Thanks again, lads. Looking forward to Mbappe being spotted at a salon, getting a back-sacking crack multiple times throughout the summer. Congrats on the mural in 10 years. No, Scott, thank you so much for your support.
Oh, Nico's run there. Yeah, Scott, mate, absolute legend.
Oh, Salah looking for the link-up play. Oh, just a little flick from Bobby off the thigh of Sadio Mane, and he couldn't get it under control. Gini Wijnaldum going back, Naby going back. Oh, dogged play from Liverpool. Firmino just tries to nutmeg him for no reason. Nico Williams has got it, and he's gone for the ball over the top. It's going to be headed. Mo Salah's going to pounce on this one, right-hand side of the penalty area. He's going to come back onto his left foot, obviously. He's got a man there behind him. Great little ball. Nico Williams fires it into the box, and it is knocked away. And Williams and Milner will contest it. And Williams dispossesses the captain.
Contest it.
Yeah. Oh, class. Can we have the Wijnaldum song, please? Says Dylan. Yeah, definitely. We haven't had that, have we? Good shout. Oh, good ball. Sadio Mane just can't quite get it under control. Newcastle fighting, but they have conceded a corner. Leicester have scored the most goals this season in the final 15 minutes of games. Well, there's a nice encouraging start. Well done, Sky.
Yeah, all pre.
Yeah.
They had another really good opportunity where De Gea just saved from close range just a couple of minutes ago, so they're still in this game.
Yeah, good corner, headed away by Newcastle here. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool halfway inside the Newcastle
Come on, Leicester, they've got a free kick outside the Man United area again.
James Milner.
It's fucking atrocious.
Down the line to Andy Robertson's got the throw in. Brendan Rodgers chews his gum and tightens his belt. He knows he'd be happy with the Europa League. He'd be made up with it.
Fucking shithead.
He's got a better chance of winning it, to be fair. Anyway,
he still could get in it though. Go through it's just better to go through the Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, you sick bastard.
Wait, what? Leicester?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You can go through the Champions League to go into the Europa League. You can still win it that way.
Oh yeah. Bobby Firmino's got it on his left-hand side. Little dinks, left, and again, he's dispossessed, but he's still got the ball inside the box. Sadio Mo. Mane was taken out there looking for the return ball. No, Anthony Taylor's having none of it. Of course he is, Mank. Mo Salah deep on this right-hand side, driving towards the box. Milner's the ball. He's waited.
Sent everyone for the paper.
This man for the echo. Oh, bad ball to Nico Williams. He's very, very deep. Lovely little step overs from the young Welshman, though.
I've seen line dancers do that move.
James Milner still got it. Oh, he's got it to Wijnaldum.
Right, he's still got it.
Wijnaldum's got it again. Tries to drive through Mo Salah. No.
Big divvy.
Got it all wrong. Jaden Rocket with a comment saying, how is Naby doing today? I don't have BT. He's been fine, hasn't he?
I think he's been quite good, actually, mate. I've liked it. I like it every time he plays. You know, every time he picks the ball up, he looks exciting and stuff. It's a good performance in a midfield three that doesn't play together very often, if they've ever played together at all, with Milner in there. And I think Wijnaldum's really come into it this half as well. I think he's had a much stronger show in second half. Naby's been about the same all through the game, but he's been massively involved.
Yeah, definitely. Naby's fine. He could probably just do with this for all to take a little spirit of positivity. And I'd like to see him just, whether it's just an assist or a nice killer pass or something, just in these final 15 minutes.
Oh, he's missed it!
Oh, Leicester, big chance to level up.
Morgan.
Newcastle got the ball on the left-hand side. They're firing it in. Alisson
Absolutely
Becker
shite, mate.
deals well with that.
He hit it so hard, he didn't even have time to stop and admire it.
Naby Keita's got the ball. Gini Wijnaldum strolling forward now. It'd be interesting to see what Liverpool do with this. Obviously, we've changed the front three. Fresh legs on at the top end of the pitch, but it's whether we do anything else to refresh any other areas. Maybe Curtis Jones, probably. Maybe a bit
I'd
late,
love to see a bit of
on.
Curtis. I'd love to see a little bit of Curtis in this
Sadio
game,
Mane. He's picked out Firmino. He's reverse ball. Naby Keita! That was nearly the moment we were talking about.
What a ball.
That ball is pure inspiration from Roberto Firmino. I thought he chose the wrong option.
Just filth, isn't it? He just sees things no one else does.
Yeah, I like, because Mo Salah's there. He makes it all himself. Does he take a shot on? Does he do whatever? No, he's Roberto Firmino to last somehow finds a magical through ball, and just Naby just inches away from adding to his goal tally. Such a shame. Anyway, Newcastle trying to get on the attack down the left hand side. Gomez deals with it well. Goes back to Alisson Becker. Into Gini Wijnaldum and Liverpool. Liverpool can start again. We've been the Liverpool we know since the front three came on. I think it's been the story of post-lockdown, really.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we're dominating the ball. We're not giving Newcastle any chances. But also, you know, if you look at this game on the whole, this has just been Liverpool since restart, hasn't it? We've given away a really soft goal from a quick free kick this time, and just put ourselves in a little bit of a hole, but we've worked our way gradually back into it as Robertson plays a ball down the left.
Bobby Firmino just sat up. He couldn't flick it over to Mo. Mo gestures at him like, what are you doing? When, to be fair, Mo's had a few more what are you doing moments than Bobby in this half so far. Anyway, Naby Keita again turning on it, finding Firmino. Great little touch and turn.
Now, Bobby.
They're doing a Lallana tribute show out here today, aren't they, Chris? They're all trying to work the Lallana turn in. That's their shout out to him. It's like their point to the sky. This one's for you, ads. Gomez coming forward with the ball over to the right hand side. Nico Williams sets the pass. As the cross comes inside instead to Keita, a little give and go now with Wijnaldum. Liverpool grinding, cranking through the gears.
We're playing with some confidence now, though, aren't we? Like, you can see it.
Sadio gives the ball away. Unfortunately, John Joe Shelby's forced back. Newcastle hammer it up into the air. And it's a Liverpool throw-in after a fashion. There was other things that happened, but there was too many random little bits and pieces for me to possibly describe. Anyway, Keita gets it off Wijnaldum and gets it back again in the middle of the park. Nico Williams is on the overlap. Mo Salah uses him. No, he turns back inside. Feet of Firmino comes out of that front line, turns back towards the danger zone, and goes towards James Milner. Feet it over to Andy Robertson on that left-hand side now, into the feet of Sadio Mane. Keita's running behind, can't receive the ball. Salah's got it. Mane again, give and go once again, all the way out to the right-hand side. Nico Williams, he's not going to make that, and it's going to be a Newcastle throw-in. I mean, this game's reaching that point, Chris. This could well end 2-1. It could well end 4-1 to Liverpool, given that it gets going. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing everything. We've seen all. This has just been all over lockdown. We're better with the good lads on, but the good lads aren't quite at the peak of their powers regardless.
No, they're not. But I mean, some of the football that the front three have put in today in just a few minutes. I mean, you know, we're looking at 20 minutes gameplay, not even probably. But you know, Salah's hit the post. Bobby Firmino's played one of the best through balls I've ever seen in my life. Mane's had things and been involved in stuff as well. I mean, it's what we are, isn't it?
Oh,
And, you
well
know,
met.
oh my God. They just make people shit themselves, and that's what Newcastle have done. We were struggling to break them down with their 5 at the back.
Bournemouth 3. Oh, Little Arms has let one in again. That is absolutely horrendous. He is fucking rubbish.
Leicester live.
Leicester! Oh, shot wide of the post. Leicester City banging on the door. But unfortunately, they're actually banging on the frame, just outside the frame of the door, unfortunately. It's gone wide, but it's a good effort. Driven in, actually, it's corner. That's a good couple of feet wide in the end, but bright moments. Such a shame, such a shame. Oh well, at least Liverpool are winning, and we've won the league, and Man United are nowhere near winning it. That's great. Goal kick to Liverpool. Alisson Becker's going to take it. Oh, Nico Williams gone down with cramp there. Wonder whether we'll make any change with him. You're calling the physios over.
Oh, come on, Leicester. Got a free kick on the edge of the area here. Harry Maguire's giving it away.
Oh dear, oh Slabhead's captain. I mean, Harry Maguire, Chris, is captaining Manchester United. Manchester
great,
United. Oh my God. Like people, I reckon there's probably younger people who go and like, when I say things like, they had like Steve Bruce, because they go Steve Bruce, the manager, who's managed a bunch of fucking rubbish teams, including obviously the current Newcastle manager. But like,
Steve Bruce, the player,
was an amazing centre half, absolutely amazing centre half. And you know, the Palisters and all of these names have kind of fallen a bit by the wayside. But like, even more, you know, Rio Ferdinand, world class in his day. Vidic on his day, absolutely world class. And now you've got Harry Maguire, who's the most expensive centre-half in the world, and Manchester United captain. These things...
Say, 20, 21, 22 yards out?
Or maybe even as much as 25, let's see. The number 7 and Curtis some other fella is over it. Kate Jones, corner to field.
Do you reckon it'll be on for?
Genie or Keita, I reckon. Let's see. And Trent Alexander-Arnold going to come on for Nico Williams, you'd imagine.
Sense, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, fair play. Absolutely fair play. Yeah, it's 83 minutes, 50 seconds played.
Oh, poor Harry.
Yeah,
Harvey
no, Harvey Elliott.
Gutted, doesn't he, there?
Yeah, he's just, made all that journey, done all the warm-up, all that stuff. Went out. Anyway, yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold comes onto the field for the Mighty Reds alongside Curtis Jones, and we'll just confirm who they've come up for. As I say, we suspect it's Nico Williams. And, Naby Keita coming off for Curtis Jones. I wonder whether we'll move Wijnaldum over to that left-hand side to put Curtis on the right-hand side, which is, of course, where we saw them the other week, or whether you just keep things kind of as they are.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Curtis play left, I've seen him play right, so I don't know. Maybe just keep him as is for now. Looks a bit gutted, doesn't he? I mean, look at that. He's getting literally carried by someone. Surely that's not allowed.
In the Leicester Manchester United game.
Oh my God.
For those of you who haven't got a fucking clue what's happening because you just listened to this. The Robertson's got it, plays it down into the channel. Sadio Mane is well met there by his man, and it's a throw into Liverpool in halfway into the Newcastle.
Coming off
Man United going to shut up shop by the looks of it. Man United, 5 minutes left to play in the Manchester United game. Obviously, we're watching it on a slight delay, so it'd be less than that in real time. A draw is not good enough for Leicester. Man United are in the box seat. Leicester need 2 goals if they are to usurp the Mancs and take their place in the Champions League for next season. Which is mad because given how Leicester have been up until lockdown, they fully deserve to be a Champions League team, but they've just completely fucked it since they've come back.
Yeah, and before that as well, to be honest, last sort of 5-6 games before lockdown, they weren't good enough and the gap was starting to close. And
but you could
say it was probably them. They were probably looking at it and going. I mean, I said this to you in our MXP pod. I was like, hopefully they'll feel a little bit more refreshed now and they'll be able to get onto it. It's just continued.
But they had no Vardy, and that was the argument, wasn't it? Was they've run themselves into the ground and now they've got no Vardy, so that's why they were undone. But Vardy's come back, Vardy's been scoring.
But they've just not been winning the games.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's the story of this one as well, Paul, to be honest with you. I mean, they've had more chances, more shots, not quite as many passes, but, 13 attempts to 6, only 2 each on target, though, so... and then you looked at Captain Morgan there, had an unbelievable shot. I did that to someone in the park once. I did it better than that, Robbo. but you know, it was the park.
Little flick around the man. Yeah. That wasn't that. That wasn't. Yeah.
There was also a tree near me, so go me.
Yeah, absolutely. I also saw you once trip over your own tracksuit.
It was the same game. It was the same game.
Was
Yeah,
it
it was the same game. Yeah, round the back of the tree. You're the only person who saw me, weren't you?
It was the best moment of my life. If anyone, we've definitely told this story before. If anyone remembers the old Adidas tracky bottoms, like Firebird tracky bottoms, they had that inner white lining as well. But you always used to rip the knees, and then you still have the inner lining. And Chris, whilst running, managed to tuck one of his feet inside the lining of his other leg, and then
there was a hole in the front. So what happened was Paul was the only person. I think you were in goal.
I played the ball round to you, round the tree.
And basically, everyone was just expecting me. It was a huge tree. Everyone was just expecting me to come past the tree with the ball at my feet, and it just never arrived. And the ball sort of like p-rolled ahead, and no Chris Pajak. Like, I just got one leg stuck straight in the hole under in the shed. Like,
absolutely
fucking hilarious.
Anyway, for more of that random shit, do check out the Mate and Pajak podcast. We're having a little post-season break on that, but it will be coming back once we've had a bit of a summer holiday. So yeah.
Score update: City now 4-0 up against Norwich.
Yeah, the standard City score. Wonder what that good that does them absolutely fuck all.
I tell you what, though, De Bruyne might have got the assist record.
Okay. How many assists has he got?
I have no idea at the moment, but I don't know. I don't know how many he's got. He's got a goal in this game. Key event.
Anyway, Andy Robertson looks to switch the play. The ball over to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He brings it down. Good first touch. Strides into the midfield. Firmino out wide right to Curtis Jones. Driving towards the middle of the park. Tried to pick out Salah. Just couldn't quite thread the ball through. Oh, Gomez. Jesus Christ, Joe Gomez. What has he done there? Oh, Virgil van Dijk is forced to defend.
Flying in with a toilet roll there and wipe Joe Gomez's ass.
Absolutely. Yeah, Virgil, just a little scowl on his face, just blows ever so slightly. He didn't want to have to do that. Sadio Mane's through on this left-hand side. Little bit too wide for him to go direct. Salah hovering with intent around the back stick. Firmino's heading towards the penalty spot. Mane! Oh, what a goal! Sadio Mane! It's Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. I say he's too wide. What choice did he have? Firmino was marked in the box. Salah was too far away, and Sadio went, nah, you're all right. I'll just bend one in myself.
That's brilliant. That is absolutely superb, isn't it? He creates a couple of yards of space, just like Divock before, and then the finish, the goalkeeper doesn't have a chance, mate. He starts the ball outside of the post and it curls back inside. 3-1, game over. Next time you get in that position, Mane, run it into the corner flag, because this season is done and dusted, and we will end it with a club record 99 points. And as it stands, Norwich, Watford and Bournemouth will be going down. Villa at the moment, 1 point ahead of Bournemouth and Watford.
That's a real shame, losing Bournemouth. Who the hell are we going to sell all our dead wood to for loads of money? That's a big concern for Michael Edwards moving forward. Right, Liverpool got a free kick in the middle of the pitch there. We had a comment actually from Dylan Fielo saying, "Can we have Wijnaldum's song, please?" Yeah, I think someone actually said, "Can we have one last time, just in case?" Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. You know, in fact, yeah, I've had a few people asking for it, so we'll give it another genie. Yeah, it does look, you know, we're into the 90th minute now in the Manchester United-Leicester game. It does look like the Mancs are going to book their place in the Champions League, which is a thing, isn't it? I mean, it's a shame that you've got a team like that in the Champions League, really, because, you know, they're only going to embarrass themselves.
It's going to bring the coefficient down for England.
I know, that's a real worry. That, I mean, to be fair, Leicester or Man United, Jesus Christ, I mean, neither of them are going to win the Champions League next season. It's still a Liverpool free kick. Yeah, Virgil goes up. He's gone for the John Joe Shelvey. He's played the quick free kick. Andy Robertson's in behind. Oh, they've managed to deal with it.
He was laughing at the two of them running into each other there. You just know Robbo was.
We're into stoppage time. 2.5 minutes remain on Liverpool's champions winning season. It's not phrased particularly well, but you got what I mean. The Premier League winning season. Joe Gomez in a battle comes out with wins the header. Andy Robertson's got it. And Sadio Mane will turn, burst and dive to the floor and win a free kick. Brilliant. Well done, Sadio. Yeah, time running out for Leicester City. There's 5 minutes of stoppage time at not Filbert Street. Will they be able to use that to do anything? They're going to need 2 goals in added time if they're to get their place in next season's Champions League. Big long ball up from Leicester. Anyway, back to the Liverpool game. Mohamed Salah's got it, driving towards the box. Plays the through ball. Oh, unlucky. Just couldn't quite meet Roberto Firmino's run there. He got in behind. It was just a little too close to the keeper.
Yeah, it was. It was such a great ball. So un-Salah-like. It was Bobby-like, but not Salah-like, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
Leicester have a free kick right on the corner of the penalty area here. Brandon Williams goes into the book for the foul. If Leicester are going to get anything from this game, it's going to have to be Kasper Schmeichel is going up. Wow. They know it. They've got to go for it here. I mean, this is where a great counter-attacking side like Manchester United could well put this game to bed.
You've got to go for it at some point, haven't you?
Absolutely. All or nothing for Leicester now. I'm not sure why they're going for an outswinger when they put the goalkeeper on.
Oh, what a ball
Sadio Mane's in behind. Oh, the keeper does very, very well.
Had a good game there, keeper, hasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's a bit unlucky. He could do nothing with any of the goals, but you're right. He's had a all-round pretty.
Come on, Leicester.
Moment. Virgil van Dijk is going for it now. Pushing the team
forward. They have a chance.
Nothing for Leicester, and it looks increasingly like Europa League football. Harry Maguire goes down holding his bum. Let's have another look at the Leicester game. Actually, they've managed to defend that pretty well. I mean, that's the one thing about Matic is he's pretty good in them situations. Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold fighting in the corner, flagged for it. Newcastle hammer the ball hard and long down the pitch. Genie's going to have to contest this one. He does really well. Little
20
back
seconds left of the Keita man of the match.
BT Sport giving Keita man of the match.
15 seconds left of my absolute favourite season ever.
My second favourite season ever. But yeah, maybe second. Maybe joint second last season, and then probably weirdly the season before, because at least we got to see it all properly. Anyway, there you go. The curtain falls on Liverpool's 2019-20 campaign. The first campaign in 30 years that saw Liverpool crowned as the Premier League champions. What a time to be a Red. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. We will stay live for a few more minutes just to see out the Leicester-Manchester United game, and we'll have take a couple of comments. If you've got any songs you want to hear one final time before we wrap the fan zone, we will do. There has been a red card in the game. Oh, Johnny Evans.
It was a straight red as well.
I mean, Johnny Evans has done everything in his power to keep his former Manc teammate in the glory spots here. He's had a bit of a Joey Barton moment there. I wonder, I always think back to that Man City QPR game where they had the Aguero thing, and Joey Barton, former Man City player, and that it never gets spoken about, but he did loads of times to try and add injury time on, gets himself sent off right at the end, and the added on time of him being sent off is when City win it. So, I mean, I don't want to question Johnny Evans' integrity. I don't want to. I mean, I am, but I don't want to. But it is what it is. There's fitting thing in this United game, Chris, that they've got 20 penalties this season. It's fitting that the story be that penalties are what gets them to do. It's an held-on penalty. It's not. I don't think it's up for that in any doubt. But the penalties have been the big Manchester United talking points of the season. So it is kind of almost quite fitting that be the thing that gets them through.
It's definitely the top assists. If they hadn't brought Fernandes in, it might have been the top scorer as well, because obviously they've had to change penalty taker halfway through the season, haven't they? But no, look, we've had seasons where we've got loads and loads of penalties, and quite often it's really fast lads running with the ball at the feet in the box. I said it a couple of weeks ago to you, mate. I think they're not penalties that aren't undeserving. I just think most teams don't get those decisions. Liverpool would have 20 penalties if the same type of decisions went our way. My issue isn't that they aren't penalties, it's that they're the only ones getting all of these decisions in their favour. And look, they've had a season this year, maybe next year it will eventually balance out. And they won't get them all next season.
Absolutely. Well, a couple of people saying in the comments, Oksana saying a bit sad that Salah didn't get his 20th goal. Yeah, there's a couple of little tinges on this whole season, and obviously not least withstanding, of course, the impact that the global pandemic has had on things. I think we all need to remember to be proud, to be humble, and to enjoy what we were able to get from the season, and know that any areas where Liverpool maybe fell short are only areas that are likely to drive the football team moving on further. Well, listen, Man United are going to be in the Champions League next season. We'll cut that off there because who's asked. Thank you so much for watching us this season. We're not done just yet. Don't you worry, not by a long shot. We've got the instant match reaction still to come. We've got one final player rating show. Yeah. Doing it? Cool. Your comments on Red mentions as well. So if you want to throw any super chats into any of the live streams, you can do. If you want to tweet us, Ross will be putting a reaction tweet out right now over on @TheRedmen TV on Twitter. And if you've enjoyed this and you want more from us, do either become a Redmen member, where you're going to get the final word show on this game tomorrow or tonight if we manage to get our act together. That will be there for you, an exclusive extra show. If you want more content than that, then throughout the summer that show will be the Reds transfer roundup show, keeping you up to date with all the things going on with Liverpool off the pitch. And then if you want a whole bunch of extra content, including all the post-season documentaries, interviews with upcoming interview with Jordan Henderson, our documentary on us making the Jordan Henderson mural, then yes, make sure you subscribe to the redmentv.com. It helps support everything. You get things in podcast form, you get it in video form, and yeah, we're going to help you tide you over while we wait for the mighty Reds, your champions of the world, of Europe and of England, to return in some way, shape or form for some form of pre-season. One last super chat actually before we go. Michael McGuinness said, nice one lads, loved your watch along, gotta go work now. Michael, enjoy work, enjoy life, everyone enjoy the next few minutes. Chris will be back very, very shortly with the player ratings. The link is in the comments and the description.